No.
Have you ever been on with George before?
No,
I don't think so.
Real good.
You guys did a closet episode, I think, and then didn't you go on their show or you traveled somewhere?
Nah.
No, the one before was just you just weren't there.
I thought you did one in the closet during Rona, like when Rona first hit.
Fucking 3-hour episode.
Yeah, maybe. We was on for a very long time. That won't happen today. I'm retired from them long episodes. So them long episodes, they make you hate podcasting.
When you listen back, they make you hate podcasts. You're like, oh, no, I can't do this.
Yeah, I can't do this. This is out of control. All right, Mike, you ready?
You just point at me when you want me to talk. How about that?
Well, you can hear our voices. All right, let's do this. George and Mike. Yo, Sneak This Podcast episode 278. Almost to 300. Actually,
Tree Hunter.
Actually, we got 293 loaded in the system if you include closet episodes. I don't count those typically, but in studio podcast episodes, we're at 278, boy. We got a special guest on the Skizype, the homie Mikey Dabb, the camp out.
Do I talk? We know what's going on here. We're here to be a little aggressive. I want to get right into it.
I thought you were about to hit the applause button doing that intro.
As soon as Mike had sent out that tweet and posted it, and then I had reposted it and asked him, is he available for 6 o'clock Tuesday, Arizona time? I got about 17 messages like, oh my God. Old people, old sneakerhead talk. That's literally what they said. And
that's fine. I'll take it.
And I was like, I don't know. I might play a little devil's advocate to what Mike had posted. I might, but I don't know. Huh? This is the second episode with sunglasses. One, because I did appreciate the mood I am. I'm in. You know what? Because the sunglasses make me not hate coming here so much. So you guys are welcome. All right. Mike is somebody I respect on the World Wide Web, especially when it comes to sneaker opinions and making me branch out to other brands. All right. Now, there's a lot of other people we talk to who love other brands, but they're too militant for me about other brands. Mike, cops, puts a fit together, posts it, and that's it. That's all he need. All right. Mike don't be on there screaming at me about Nike and Jordan brand and all that stuff. I ain't got time for that. David Blackman.
Directed? I was going to say, are you directing that at anyone specific?
David Blackman is too militant about this stuff. Shout out to David.
I'm surprised him and Ricardo were arguing the other day. Normally, they're sergeant in arms.
Yes.
I'll just mumble sometimes because I don't want to get too deep into it. But yeah, we have our debates.
David. Well, he gets. I understand it, but man, I'm like, it's too much. Sometimes it's too much for me. I'm like, come on, man, don't make me hate those brands, huh? But
it's a long day to call and then listen to that.
Yep. So, like I said, everybody knows Mike on the internet. Mike has been been part of the internet and sneaker community for a very, very long time. I think a lot of people love the episode that we did over Corona, over pandemic shutdown. That was one of my favorite episodes too.
We don't shut up. That's a problem.
Which is a good thing. That's what podcasts are supposed to be. You just talk, and then you say something, and then I say something, and then you say something, and then I say something. Huh?
You wrote that down?
That's how that goes. That's how that goes. We did like almost a 3-hour episode. And I saw Batman about to be 3 hours. Ooh, I can't wait.
You're into this, Batman?
Huh? You're not?
I mean, it looks good, but I'm still on the fence about Batman himself.
Exactly. Yeah, I got to see like...
Wait, you mean him playing Batman?
You're that confident on a 3-hour movie with... If it was Christopher Nolan and Australian Man or whatever he is, yes, 3 hours, facts. This new stuff, I don't know. We'll see.
No.
It's up in the air still.
Batman...
But...
Time. That's a lot of time for him.
Is James Gunn involved?
A lot of time.
Because if James Gunn is involved, then it'll be fire. I don't know if y'all seen Peacemaker yet. Peacemaker is fire. Or not Peacemaker. What is it called? Is it Peacemaker?
With John Cena?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
It's the dumbest fucking show I've ever seen in my entire life, but also the most fire thing I've ever seen. It's like so dumb and stupid that it's hilarious.
I'm gonna watch it.
You have to watch it.
I'm gonna at some point. I'm still pissed off about the movie though. The movie like ruined it for me with John Cena.
So really, Suicide Squad?
No, his character ruined it for me.
Oh, I mean,
character in the movie, he was a dick.
Yeah, and I mean,
I think the show kind of I'm not going to give any away, but the show kind of redeems it a little bit because, the whole they do a recap at the beginning to show what happened during the movie.
Oh, word?
So the show is after the movie.
Oh, okay.
So it explains what happened. So the show really has no purpose whatsoever. Like it's the whole premise is ridiculous, but the show is so fire. Like I would have never put John Cena as like somebody who actually could act in this kind of role. He's actually fantastic.
He's pretty good in everything.
I mean,
yeah.
You wouldn't call like The Rock a fantastic actor, but we watch all his movies. You know what I mean? Like. That's what I'm saying. I think it's the equivalent. Like, John Cena is not, I don't think he's going to win no Academy Awards, but he's actually good at doing this kind of role.
I mean, we've all seen The Marine 1 and 2.
I watched that movie way more times than I should admit.
I definitely watched it.
I don't know about 2, but yeah, 1, yeah.
Was he in 2?
I don't remember, but 1... I watched it way too many times.
No, that was 1. I can't. Yeah, no, he was definitely in 2 because.
Okay, I saw 2, but for some reason all I can think of is Dolph Lundgren.
His boy dies. The helicopter scene with the fire truck and his girls in the helicopter. Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Look, I'm excited for Batman. Batman is the greatest hero of all time. So that's the one reason why I'm definitely watching.
The only reason you believe that is because you say he doesn't have like a superpower. He's just a regular human.
Well, which makes him not a superhero.
Yeah, but I mean, like, to me, that means that, like, if we really put our minds to it, any of us could be Batman. I mean, go to the gym, get ourselves right, go to the dojo, get our fighting right, sell all these stupid sneakers and cards, and get our money right.
The greatest superhero of all time. The greatest superhero of all time is Man from Amazon show.
What? Oh, no. The Boys?
Yeah.
Oh, the Boys is actually pretty good though.
Yeah, it's fire.
It's a little creepy, but it's also very good.
It is, man. It got like, I mean, I get the where they're going with it because like it's showing that like, I mean, what if you really had superpowers? How would you really be? But man, that joint be sometimes scary. I'm like, man, it made me think. Thank God, don't nobody got superpowers. Appreciate everybody who likes, subscribes to this podcast. If you listen to this podcast on Apple, review, subscribe. Spotify, review, subscribe. Do all that stuff, please. I appreciate it. If you got something bad to say about the podcast, don't review or subscribe. But like I said, we got the homie Mikey Dabb on here. You're not going to dab for me, Mike?
I've actually never done that.
Yeah, right. Everybody's dabbed.
Making fun of someone I've probably dabbed, but I've never done it like to be like, hey guys, nah.
Hey guys, yeah, what you guys up to? Dab on them.
You want to know what I'm doing?
And I also appreciate everybody. I forgot to say this last time, but I appreciate everybody who was messaging when I was like kind of upset about people getting on my back about us getting off sneaker topics. I'm like, I'm apologize. We're human beings, and they act like we got to talk about sneakers all day. But for the record, people were messaging me because I said, look, if me and George want to make the debate if chili or chicken noodle soup is the best, we're gonna make that argument before we get to sneakers. And everybody's like, yo, chili destroys chicken noodle soup. No, it doesn't. Chicken noodle soup is the GOAT. Period. All right. Over chili, it's the GOAT.
Cincinnati chili, yes. I don't know about chili con carne.
Stop it.
Fam, if you see both of them on the menu, you ordering chili.
That's different.
How's it different?
How?
No, you would never see chili and chicken noodle soup on the same menu.
You might.
Let me tell you something.
Even if it was chicken tortilla, which is better than chicken noodle soup, yes, it is, you would still order chili.
Stick with chicken noodle soup. Don't start changing up the stuff. Chicken noodle soup. You've never had a bad chicken noodle soup. Now, you've had chicken noodle soup. No. You've had chicken noodle soup where you said, this needs more noodles or needs more chicken, but you ain't never had one that tastes nasty. Chili? Oh, you've had some bad chili, boy.
Yeah, but taste nasty is that's like a high bar. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's just mediocre but don't taste nasty.
Nah.
I don't know if I've ever had a chicken noodle soup that'll just blow your dick off. That's the difference. You could have chili that's like incredible.
That's why they got soup kitchens and not chili kitchens, because soup.
Yeah, keep the soup at the soup kitchen.
Soup when you say what, Mike?
Yeah, you know what I said. Eat that soup in the soup kitchen. That's
no. When you eat soup, it warms your body and your soul. When you eat chili, it just falls to the bottom of your stomach. Like, that's facts.
The chili though, if you get good chili, like there's no debating.
Chili is like a main course. Chicken noodle soup is for the elements. When the weather outside is frightful and the fire is so delightful, you definitely eat chicken noodle soup. The only benefit to chili is that you could eat it under the moonlight, like around a fire with friends.
You gotta chill out.
You could cook chili in the can around a campfire with the homies and talk about the girls you copped. Imagine going camping, eating chili under the moonlight, talking about the grill you copped. That's nasty.
Well, what shoes are you wearing?
I'm wearing some ACGs. What do you think this is? I'm outside. Sitting around a campfire talking about your grills is hilarious. That's a skit. Write that down. Make an NFT out of it.
Oh my god!
People. You check Twitter these days, this is how you can tell people don't know what an NFT is. And I say this as somebody who does not understand what an NFT is. People try to turn anything into an NFT these days. Yeah. The skits on Twitter for can this be an NFT? The last couple of days has been absolutely absurd. No, it can't be an NFT.
I know nothing about it. Mike, you don't own one yet?
I probably won't either. This bubble has to pop very soon.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to, because if it doesn't, Mike, I'm going to panic because I don't have one. That's my thing. When everybody was copping, what was they all copping?
You can't panic because you don't have one.
Yeah. Mining Bitcoin and all that shit.
Yeah, when people were buying all the coins and stuff, and I was like, nah, I'm going to ride this out. And, I feel good about it. I didn't buy any, but NFTs, if it keeps rolling and I keep seeing celebrities keep copping, I'm like, dude, why is Pharrell buying one? Why is Eminem and them buying one? That makes me think.
One word for you. Fire Festival. Or 2 words. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you being influenced by the wrong people.
All those celebrities all involved in Fire Festival, the greatest festival of all time. NFTs, the greatest art of all time. You're going to see whoever, Kim Kardashian's face on the poster, I shouldn't have bought those NFTs. Nah, I'm good.
Watch. You'll be looking for one. Mike is into stuff like that.
I might make one. How about that?
Yeah, I don't see why we just can't make one. Mike.
Yeah, if we could just take that's like people that sell air from a concert on eBay. That's basically the same thing. I'm down to do that. Let's defraud some people.
I'm with it 100%. You want to buy this picture of me from 1996 that I made digital? Cool. With it.
Yeah, that one dude that took a picture of himself for the last 10 years and sold it for $1 million. That dude in the Middle East or India.
I didn't even hear about that.
I was like, man,
those videos are on YouTube all the time.
Oh.
So it was I took a picture every single day for 10 years, and they put the whole stream together on YouTube. Somebody bought that NFT of that?
It's some dude in India took a picture of himself in front of the computer every single day for 10 years or a year, $1 million. Now he got a yacht.
Smoking, yeah, right. You can get a yacht for $1 million.
I don't know. Maybe
you might be able to get a little cruiser. You ain't get no yacht.
This is the part that doesn't make sense. Who's spending $10 million on an NFT, and where's it going, and why? That part of the transaction makes zero sense to me.
We about to revisit it one day.
Non-fungible token.
What I don't understand is the ones with the little 8-bit characters that sell for $500,000. Who started those?
Nintendo.
Nintendo in 1994.
You mean Atari?
Atari was 6-bit, wasn't it?
I don't think you can have 6. I think you 4, 8, 16, 32. I think it's all.
Then Atari must have been 4-bit because it was only Pong. And
but they came out with something. The same thing too,
California Games. I used to play that on there.
Fam, they came out with something that was the equivalent of Nintendo. It just was Nintendo had already taken the world by storm. You want to talk about when Ricardo did that? What did he say that day? It set the world on fire. Now Nintendo set the world on fire. Not no New Balance.
Huh? I remember when Nintendo dropped, it was so cracking that me and my mom was just buying them for my friends. And she bought Willis Nintendo too. She was just like, this is out of control. I remember going when it came out, having to make that hard decision, Nintendo or Atari. And we were in Circuit City in the mall in LA. And the man was like, yo, this just came out, and he had the gun. And I was like, damn, this joint come with 2 games and a burner? And I was like, man. And it was like, do I get the Atari? Because we know that. We didn't know nothing about this Nintendo thing. He was like, yo, Japan. He kept saying Japan and stuff. I bought that joint, took it home. I ain't never been the same since. I've been different ever since. When I saw how little Mario was and he ate that mushroom and grew, and I was all little, I was like, dang, that could be me. I could be cracking bricks on my head.
I was in the Olympics. They had the Olympic mat pad for Nintendo.
Yeah, they had what was that called? Run mat? What was that mat called? Power mat, whatever it was called.
Whatever the fuck it was. But my uncle used to pick me up so I could make the hurdles and shit. I was like, okay.
I never had anything except the gun. I never had like the steering wheel for any console. I never had the like thing you run on. I never had any.
I had the power glove. I had the power pad. I had Game Genies. I had all that stuff. I was spoiled. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I had none of it.
Mike, any pickups lately, fam?
I just know.
Probably everything, huh?
No.
Oh, you grabbed one of those? Joint is fire, though. That's that.
What is it?
I'm very impressed. I got to put the review out, but very, very, very impressed.
Yeah, why you ain't put no video out?
You can't make the screen bigger?
Honestly, I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at.
No, not you, Greg. Sorry.
Because I'm like real tiny in the corner, pause. But like, I'll send you guys pictures of it.
Yeah. No, we did an unboxing up here with them, with Dizzy Gottoms.
Oh.
Yeah,
huh.
Rico brought a pair up here and we opened them up. Them joints.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Them joints is fire. The box is fire. The lace is fire.
These are unreleased, but they're coming out. These 10 January joints to come out in March.
Oh, okay.
I've been doing all independents, man.
What is that, Rubes or what?
Not a 10 January.
Oh.
Yeah, them joints look fire. What is them, denim?
Denim. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what is
Black
that?
suede.
What's
and
that?
The city etched into them. So, like, those are my two. Oh, yeah. I forgot about you.
I got to remember to say the word. For those who listen to the podcast, we actually can see Mike on video. So, just to give a heads up, stuff that we might say.
On these things.
What is that? You made that?
Yeah. I've only been making shoes and buying independent. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, what's up with that sewing machine back there? What's that?
You need a bag? I'll make you one.
What is that, Betsy Ross?
Betty Crocker? No. I make bags. I don't have one in here, but...
You do?
Yeah.
When did you start doing that?
Like 3 months ago.
Mike is a creative cat.
I make bags and stuff, like totes, carries.
Didn't know that.
I'll send you a pic.
What else you cop? That's it?
That's it. Those 3 things.
George, you cop anything?
Yeah, that's it.
Not for myself. I got Yeezys for Hannah. What's the one that just came out? They re-released it.
Ice blue tints or something?
Yeah, blue tint.
Too expensive for my blood. No.
So she got those.
That's it.
That might be it. What came out? Nothing came out, right?
Nothing. The streets is dry. I'm on eBay typing in anything looking to spend money. And that's a problem with sneakerheads too, which we're going to talk about. We talk about Mike's tweet. My pickups, I got nothing but Gucci loafers the other week, which I forgot to mention for my birthday. Appreciate everybody who wished me happy birthday. I am now officially almost 40, so I'm 39. All right. Gucci loafers are a must because I wear dress shoes more than I wear regular shoes. So now when I'm at work, I feel expensive in a trashy building. So shout out to the wife for the Gucci loafers. Other than that, I haven't tried for... Oh, you know what? I copped some of them Converse Run Hike Ox. Them platform joints. Oh, no, man. Something about them makes me feel, a little taller.
The only plus to that shoe.
I think them joints is all right. I saw a couple people wearing them at Disneyland, and I was like, okay, these ain't too bad. I think
I was talking about Goofy and Mickey.
Okay, I saw low top ones. Now high top ones, they're a little. I don't know about the high tops, but the low top ones, you put a chino on top.
Which ones did you get?
I got just the white ones.
Oh,
that's it.
All right.
I'm gonna wear those with some green pants, some green chinos, and maybe a Palm Angels t-shirt. I don't know yet.
You gotta chill out with all this Palm Angels talk.
I don't know why I've been so into Palm Angels lately, huh?
What about Casablanca? Why don't you buy some Casablanca if you're feeling spicy?
What's Casablanca? Oh, no. I don't know. I like the shoes more than I like the clothes. Say what?
It's a good summer look if you like that open shirt kind of feel. And it looks like you got something flowing right now. So, I mean.
Flowing. I wore this to Paris. This is the first time I wore this since I came back from Paris. So, you know, oui. George, what come out this week? Fam?
Let's see.
Fam is such a whack word now, though. Fam has been abused. I call a lot of people fam, though, and I really don't believe they're fam.
You're the only person in the United States of America who actually means family when they say the word fam.
I do.
Let's see.
Van Diesel.
Drake's Hot Step trash bag comes out. At least this says January 27th.
You don't like them, Mike?
No.
You know, I mean,
that's
don't
a triple white
understand.
Air Max.
Like, first of all, that shoe's been a shoe before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I remember that shoe. I just don't understand Drake's style or sense of style or taste or whatever, but, you know.
Well, we're definitely going to get on that route real soon.
He makes good music. Starting to get played out, though, I'll tell you.
You can only talk on a beat so much. I'm sorry, Kat.
I don't think that's possible.
Oh, no, man.
Way. Yap.
There's a Yeezy 700 minivan coming out. I mean,
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, you do. Dunk Low Green Women's Vintage Green, Forest Green.
Oh, the Michigan State looking vintage ones?
Yeah, they're fire.
Yeah, I'm fire, but I mean, I'm going to try for that. You know, I don't know.
Well, yeah, because your size exists in that shoe. Let me make sure I'm not going past the.
That's it, man. I think some like Reebok Margellas or something. Mason Margellas come out.
Oh yeah, the next thing would be past the day. Actually, those green dunks are past the day by one day. It looks like.
I think it's on the day.
Oh, Tuesday, yeah.
So you know
that's it. Yeezys. I mean, there's some other stuff on here, but not anything that you probably found pictures of or care about. Margiela, no one cares about those.
Say what, Mike?
I think Diodora is dropping something this weekend across the country with like Raekwon or something.
Wait a minute, that's overseas first?
No, it's across this country. Like, has different color schemes per drop. I know there's New York, there's a LA pair, but like it's dropping at like Foot Action or Foot Locker or something. So like it's not a looking show.
I saw it on the one of those, what are they, Flex apps? What are them apps called? Foot Action, Foot Locker. I saw it on there. It was the yellow and blue one, or I think that's yellow and blue.
I don't even know what state that, because there's supposed to be yellow, orange and blue for New York, and then LA colors. For,
okay, so it's yellow and purple.
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, I ain't mad at them, but I saw some Diodora, whatever that Diodora I sent to the thread the other day. I don't know what it was. I saw it on End. It was like a few different tones of green. That joint was fire, but it was $265.
Oh, the Heritage joint.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, the Heritage stuff is mad expensive.
That joint is fire, but I can't do it. Couldn't pull the trigger. Appreciate everybody who likes, subscribe to this podcast. So, like I said earlier, the homie Mike had tweeted and then posted it on Instagram, and it set the world on fire. I actually saw, I don't know if you saw that one cat, whoever stole it.
Hovain. Yeah.
Stole it word for word and posted it.
Not even switched the wording up. So like somebody sent it to me, I responded to the person sending it to me. I was like, I guess original content's out the window too. And he was like, man, I don't even follow you like that means anything on fucking Twitter. And I was like, steal their verbiage. The least you could have did was change the words around. And nobody cares. It's the internet's now. I don't give a fuck, but change a little bit. Anyway.
You know what? It's just like, you can't even deny it with the timing. It's like...
Wait, hold on. Before you go too far, say what it was, because not everybody may have seen it. You know what I mean?
Oh, so Mike had tweeted out that, the sneaker game... this is the quote. The sneaker game is no longer for the people who actually like sneakers. Now... like I said, I got a lot of messages like, old people sneaker talk. Now, I do plan to play a little devil's advocate to that. All right. Now, I don't know what happened to you that day, Mike, but what you tweet that out for?
Honestly, I'd be in my head like 24/7 thinking about like what could be different. Like, I have a lot of back end conversations with like people from brands, whether they work there or they're doing marketing or their sales or whatever. Like I just talked to a lot of people about sneakers, and I forget what the conversation. Oh, my friend is actually trying to get a job at a prominent sneaker brand. We were talking, and I was like, "Yo, it's just not for us anymore." So I tweeted, and in my mind, I think like this. What do you have to do to get a pair of shoes that you like? Go ahead. You can answer the question. Devil's advocate the shit out of it. What do you have to do to get a pair of shoes you like?
Okay, here's what we're saying here. Like, I mean, first of all, it's not even necessarily what you can do. You just got to be sheer lucky. Like, it's not even, you can't do anything about it. That's one. Okay. So once we got to that point into the sneaker community and buying sneakers and stuff like that, and you realize that, like, because you know what it was? And we're all older here. What it was like, you just had to have money. Okay. And then a lot of the people that like I went to school with, grew up with, you either could afford or couldn't afford it. Your parents were either the ones that were like, all right, cool, or not. It wasn't a, dang, every time I want to get them, I can't. It was a, boy, man, you got $100 sneakers, you're lucky. That's what it was then. Then at some point it turned into like we had talked about last week, you got to go camp out. You got to go put something. Now that's when you can do something about it. Like I know, hey, look, I know for a fact, based off experience previously, I have to get in front of this store before 5 a.m. I can do that. I know for a fact if I don't, I'm not going to get them, and that's my fault. That's one. Two, I have to know what stores are getting them. A lot more stores used to get them. We forget to mention like JCPenney's and all these stores used to get Concord 11s and things like that. But I had to know what store to get them, so I had to do my homework. You know that. You remember that era, Mike? You call stores all day. They take the phone off the hook. They let the less knowledgeable employees answer, typically girls, no disrespect. They will let the girls answer, and the girls be like, are we getting, what do they call Concords? You know how it went. You know, lying to the employees, lying to customers, doing a bunch of nonsense. Now, what you're talking about now is, and you asked the question, think about what you got to do to get sneakers. You can't do nothing. So it's almost like, no, you can't.
You can go to a boutique store that's getting this shoe, or go to a Foot Locker that's get to know the manager.
That don't work no more, Mike.
French, it works for plenty of people. How do you think people do backdoor?
That's different. That they pay money.
It's the same thing.
They pay money.
It's the same thing. So, like, essentially, if you were a good customer, which you should be across the board at a store that you shop at, you frequent, it should never be, hey, we have customers that shop here. Let's not give them to them. Let's do this whole other thing that we can either backdoor 80% of the stock and then sell online the other 20, or the other 15, and then 5% we'll do for whatever they want to do with that. At this point in the game, if you love sneakers and you walk into a store, you walk into a boutique, you walk into any place that you want to get your shoes from, they don't know you like shit. They assume you're either going to ask about a shoe that's coming out because it's a shoe that's coming out, and they give you that immediate disregard where, oh yeah, they come out Saturday, and they walk away from you. They don't know that you've been buying shoes since you're 13 years old. You have a love for a shoe. They give zero fucks. Nobody cares anymore. It's about the tangible thing that they get. Okay, money. Okay, you're going to buy 30 pairs. They're going to be $600 each. We'll make that money. Oh, you know what? We're going to do online drop. Who really cares who gets them? We'll send you an invoice. Nobody gives a shit. That passion is gone. Even for the people that work in the sneaker stores, unless you're best friends with the person, they give two shits about you. So the people who love shoes now have to jump through hoops in many different ways just to obtain a shoe that they like.
So you saying it might be a vendor issue too then? Like the retail store might be in on it. I mean, are we pretending like we don't know that they're in on it? Nah, I'm trying to get the sense of what you're saying. We know what's happening on the back end.
I don't think the common shopper or avid shopper really understands the back end of like boutiques and sneaker stores. And like a lot of the time they're like, oh, they got 100,000 pairs in there. No. Just because they make 100,000 pairs doesn't mean every store has 100,000 pairs. They might get 90. They might have a better account. They might get 200. They might have 500 because they're Foot Locker and there's a chain across. But they divide those numbers up across those stores. Now, each store has to meet a certain quota, especially when we're talking Foot Locker. To people who are paying attention in the back, listen a little closer. They don't make that quota with just Jordan 11s. They have to sell everything that comes in their door to make a certain number to make their brand happy. So you become the number one door in uptown New York because you sold the most amount of shoes. They do that by executing a very well laid out backdoor plan. So the person that buys all the shoes that you can't get your hands on, 9 times out of 10 is also buying a lot of the stuff that makes them meet their bottom line and gives them better numbers. That's why you get a lot of you'll see resellers at Foot Locker on 34th Street, and they're just down the block. And like, how do these people know how to get here? They have a heads up, obviously. It wasn't like, oh, my God, hey, guys, they're dropping them right now. Let's just go over there. That's not how that works. There's a whole line of people that are involved in the back door at almost all of these stores. So, I mean, for an avid collector or a person who has an affinity for sneakers, you are not even a concept anymore. They don't care about you. That's not even what the brands are reaching for anymore. They care about resale and numbers. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're talking about on a corporate scale, I think numbers have always been the only thing they cared about. Like, we talk about all the time, Nike has one of the greatest marketing departments in the entire world, so obviously they needed someone cared to do that part of the business, but that's because they were trying to grow it. And then once you get to a certain point, it doesn't matter anymore. You don't see Bo Jackson commercials anymore. You still see Nike commercials, but you don't see stuff like Bo Jackson and Lil Penny and LeBron and Kobe dolls. You
don't see sneaker specific ads anymore. You'll see general idea ads about equality and I mean, that might just because we're in a weird Olympic, place in the world. It's been like that for a very long time. Think of the last time you saw like a sneakers getting ready to come out and a commercial dedicated to that sneaker. You asking
me to remember pre-COVID? I have no idea. The scale of COVID has taken over everything. That's the metaverse. All right, COVID. The COVID-verse.
They literally just dropped a commercial for a Nike sneaker coming out.
What was it?
Oh, it was DJ Khaled getting a free pair of shoes.
Okay. Which is true, but that can't be a Nike commercial if the free pair of shoes is only limited to people of a certain tax bracket.
But you're missing the point here. Like, they've completely skipped over who they are. They don't give a shit anymore. They're like, oh, you can afford these? Let's give them a free pair.
Oh, yeah. No. See, that's a completely different discussion thing. Now, I do agree with you when you talk about, okay, you see DJ Khaled all day with a pair of sneakers. I talked about that last week with us being us, you, me, everybody that we know on the internet who buy sneakers. We're technically the sneaker marketing team for these companies. They can go and post equality ads on, go women, equality, black, whites, come together, hold hands. They can post those because when I cop the Jordan 13s, I'm going to post that on social media. Someone else going to share it. They're going to post it. So they don't really have to do that. You know what I mean? I know I don't want to jump the gun, but we're going to talk about Kanye and stuff like that in a little bit. But the only issue that I have right now with sneakers is not because what we're discussing partly is back in the day. We talk about this all the time. When Jordans came out, there was only 3 colors. You had your first color, your second color, maybe an all-star color. Then at some point it got to 4. Then when the internet got to cracking, that's when Jumpman 23 and stuff started coming out with little rare little things, and they started experimenting with themes and stuff like that. My issue with today is so many sneakers come out, it's how come we can't get them? That's my thing. It's like, now, as of right now, obviously stuff is kind of on a weird release and hold and stuff like that. But you got to really think about the amount of sneakers that we talked about. I remember, shout out to the homie, Mr. Unloved Ones. He had posted, and we have done this before on this podcast before, he had posted the amount of Jordan 1s that it came out in 2021. It is a staggering number. I'm pretty confident, regardless if maybe I wanted it or not, because we already caught up in that addiction of where we just got to try. I probably tried for over 75% of them. And I think last year, without somebody helping me, I don't think I got any. I can't think of a Jordan 1 I got last year when nobody helped us out. None. I'm talking 2020, 21. When's the last time we picked up a Jordan 1 where it was like, yeah, hit on sneakers?
Oh, you said where someone didn't help us.
Didn't help us out.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Now, like
I've won some on sneakers, but I mean,
got 5 accounts.
Well, no. That's not even the point. The point is, we don't care to go, or I don't care to go chase raffle tickets and do whatever. Like, I know the owner of the boutique right down the street, but I'm not going to ask him to hold me a pair. I'm sure if they got an allotment of 200 pairs, he would do it for me if I asked him. But I'm not that person. I don't ask for that. Shout out the person in Los Angeles, by the way, who I did ask to help me in the past, and he helped me out. But I don't do that to stores here. 'Cause like Mikey was talking about, you can build relationships. Absolutely. I did it with a skate shop in Wisconsin 10 years ago, maybe longer. Greg, I've talked about this on the show before, and Greg can confirm. He saw me. I had 26 pairs of Concord SBs when the first, that first Concord Low SB came out. I had 20. And the guy told me at the shop, he was like, your pair is reserved, your size, but I'm going to sell them when the door opens in the morning for my local customers, whoever wants them. I'm going to sell them, and then whatever's left over by whatever time, I'm just going to ship the rest to you. And I was like, okay, works for me. He sent me like 26 pairs or something like that. So that stuff is certainly possible. I know that was years ago.
Now that you bring this up,
it's probably
you're part of the problem.
It's probably okay.
It's you. It's you. You've been right under my nose this entire time.
Right under your nose.
Ruining the sneaker culture.
Okay. You participated in this, in these events. So.
Nah, I got 1 pair. I didn't even get my pair from you.
Nah, I don't think so.
I mean, I had to go camp out at, what's that called? Indestructible?
I'm not even talking about that shoe. That wasn't the only one that I got.
Oh.
Yeah, you got some stuff. Don't act like that. But yeah, you absolutely can go out and make relationships. But me and you, and I'm sure Mikey too, I'm too old to go worry about shaking hands and kissing babies and whatever else at the stores to get the plug. Like, luckily we got the show. The show has enough recognition to where we get help on the back end pause from certain people, who,
they're nice.
We can't bring it up, but I'm sure at some point it may get to the, to the part where you gotta rep somebody or whatever to get something. Who knows? But anyways, I don't care to go out and chase physical locations. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I say sneakers that's the only place, or Foot Locker app now works better than it did before. So I mean, I've used that too, but I don't go out. Like, the last time I went out and put a raffle ticket in or went and bought a shoe at a store, fam, I have no idea. Definitely before COVID. Like I said, it's COVID fog, but...
Mike, let me ask you a question.
Here's a good one. When's the last time you went to a store, bought a pair of shoes, and tried them on before you walked out?
We've talked about it a trillion times on here. Like, that's impossible.
Yeah, that's kid stuff.
But see, that to me...
That's the thing.
Well, you just can't with drops.
I mean, but that's insane.
Oh, no, it is. Like I said, we've talked about that on this podcast a trillion times.
I'm sure you probably could. Like,
things. No, you can't.
No. I'm like, say a store had a first come, first serve release. You probably could be like, yo, I want to try this on first.
No.
I bet you could.
I've seen it. I've seen them say, no, we ain't doing that, buddy. And that was
you got to see the people in the store. The people in the store are worse than the people that work in the store. The people who are in line for that release don't want you trying the shoe on.
Yeah, they're not.
God forbid you want it. They don't want to take the shoe that they have to then sell that has been tried on.
No, I understand that. It's a reselling mentality.
I remember when I went to get LeBron Floridians, and once I got inside the store, a cat was in there trying to try them on. He said he wanted to try on an 11.5 and a 12. They was like, nah, buddy, you got to grab one and get out, basically.
Oh, you're saying if you're in between two sizes. I got you.
Yeah, so...
I'm thinking just trying on, like, see what it looks like or whatever.
Now, and here's the thing, too, now, I don't know about in New York. New York is a little bit different. When I went to New York, I will say that I felt they weren't as militant. Now, I'm a tourist. Like, I'm a tourist, so, like, I'm just like, hey, how you doing? I'm from Arizona. So they weren't as militant as, like, out here. Like, I remember when it was like, oh, yeah, they in the back. Oh, yeah, can I see what they look like? No. It's like, well...
Oh, you talking about if a store gets something like a month before release or something?
Like, because, like, and that was the whole thing that always made that determination to me was, like, You know, I remember at one point we would buy so many sneakers and you take them to the Nike outlet to return them, you know, whether it was whack or whether if you were trying to resell them, whatever the case may be. But like you had a legitimate built-in excuse because it was like, fam, I had no choice but to buy it. Yeah. You won't let me come to the store and see it.
The employees the last couple times I've been there, I think are understanding of that now. They know how it works.
Oh, no, they know because there's a lot of sneakers that I bought because on the app, oh, it looked fire. I can't walk into my store and say, hey, real quick, you mind if I take a look at the patent leather red one before it drops because I don't want to spend the money on, you know what I mean? No, they'd be like, now, I will say, I'm sorry. Nowadays, it's way different. Like, you go into stores now, they got this week's release on the counter now. You know what I mean? It's in the back of the cash register. You know, they let you see it. And plus, like you said, there are a lot more boutiques out here who ain't tripping like that. But that period of time, well, oh my God, you walk in there and ask, can I see what drops this week? Yeah, right. They laughing at you. It's not even a question.
Get out.
Now, let me ask you a question, Mike. And this is a question that I always ask myself, okay? George is a little bit more in control of, like, I feel more in control than me when it comes to buying sneakers and stuff like that. But he has other impulses in other places with cards and stuff. Now, the tweet when you tweeted out, you know the first thing I said when I read the tweet? I said, I don't know if we could say that because I think we're not supposed to still be here. Huh? I don't know if you and I and George are still supposed to be here. I don't know if me and George are supposed to be sitting in this room in our 40s doing this. I don't know. Now, I don't feel this younger generation is intelligent enough to even put it on a show like this.
The reality is, though, if you went around to every genre, everyone's older than we are. Or not everyone's older, but the majority of them older than we are. Like, you talk about, like, Breakfast Club, Hot 97, any of these shows, Joe Budden Pop. Actually, I might be older than Joe Budden.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, these cats are all either the same age or older. So I think that's just what it is. Like,
yeah, no. Like, that's... Media-wise for the podcast, yes. If we turn this into, like, strictly sports, it'd make more sense than us covered in gray hair. Like, bro, did you see the Jordan 1 breads? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and plus, we've been there, done that. Between me, you, Mike, and Mike, we've been there, done that probably 15 times over the sun. It's not even a question, all right? So then that's why I was like, maybe we're not supposed to be here. Now, I ain't going nowhere. I'm not, because I don't know how many times I got to say this. I'm legit addicted to it. I'm getting smarter at it. But like I said, when we made our New Year's resolutions, I'm not going to make these false resolutions. I'm only buying this, or I'm no longer doing this. I'm doing whatever I want when it comes to sneakers. That's just who I am. Do you feel that we're just here too long?
I don't think that's possible. If you have, an addiction's one thing, but like if you have a strong passion for what it is that you like, so you like to play guitar, you're going to tell somebody in the 70s you're too old to be playing guitar, beat it? Nah, if you like collecting shoes, you like wearing shoes, you like the way they look, you like the way they're made up, you like the storylines behind them and everything that embodies the sneaker, I don't even want to say fucking culture anymore, but you embody, you can do that until you can't wear shoes anymore. Like, what are you going to do? I don't think that there's an age limit on it. I think that we're from a different era where like respect and camaraderie and friendship and relationships are all built upon how you treat one another. And that's how I look at brands. How the brand treats me, just because you're an entity doesn't mean that you have to treat me any different than anyone else. As I walk into a boutique, I walk into a Foot Locker, if your representation, the kids that work there, and those kids are jerk-offs, guess what? I'll see you later. You don't get shit from me.
Yeah.
I don't deal with that well.
Yeah, but that's just the generation now. Like, all these stores can't hire us 30-plus, 40-year-old men. Like, we're trying to make real money. We're not trying to make Foot Locker money. So, like, all those kids in there are jerk-offs. Like, they're all young. They don't know anything, and that's fine. Like, I'm not necessarily mad at it. Like, and I told this story in the podcast this one time, and some people thought I was being a thought or whatever, but I wasn't. It was more of a, like, so when Clot Air Max 1s came back out, what are those? Clear with the clear toe? Whatever. Kiss of Death. When Kiss of Death came back out, Kiss of Death, we know this. Regardless of whether or not you like the shoe, it's a classic. It's a classic shoe, whether you like it or not. I wore that joint, undes'd it. I went to House of Hoops Foot Locker. Now look, let me tell you something. I wasn't going in there looking for compliments, but I expected somebody in a Foot Locker uniform to say, ooh, you killing it. Or, yo, them is crazy. Somebody. I walked in there. She said, I like the color of those. I was like, what? I walked through the store, did a lap. No one even looked. No one acknowledged. They took a glance down. Didn't even care. Didn't think nothing of it. They're trying to sell me some Air Max, Vapor Max Treks. I don't know what they're trying to sling me. And I'm like, man, I got to get out of here. Now, like I said, I wasn't looking for the compliments, but that to me is where I'm like, you know what? What am I doing sometimes? Like I said, I ain't going nowhere. But what am I doing sometimes?
Oh, well, you're saying you're wearing them for that reason, then that's different than
No, I wasn't wearing it for that reason. I was wearing them that day because I wanted to unds them. I would expect that if I'm wearing something like that, if I go into a sneaker shop, somebody got to be like, them is crazy. You know?
If I wear a shoe or keep a shoe or whatever, it's because I want to keep it. I don't really care what anybody
else. You're not. I don't care. I wasn't looking for it. My point is what Mike was saying. The people that work there are young. Nobody. They don't know
right. You made that point, but then you also asked, "What am I doing?"
Well, because I feel like I was more bothered by it than I should have been. I was like, "Man, these geeks! I don't even know what these are. These is legendary." I walked out of there like
that's a telltale of your age, right there. Like you don't ever. The first thing when I get dressed, I don't think.
Don't say that, Mike, because I didn't do that either. Don't do that, Mike. Don't say that about me, Mike.
Like we're doing it.
Don't say that to me. Don't do that, Mike. Do not say that about me. Do not say that I went in the closet and got dressed like, ooh, somebody about to. Don't do that.
They're going to see these socks pass his.
No, don't say that, Mike, because I would never do that in a million years. Now, I like to get myself dressed and put my clothes on and look fitted, but I ain't never left my house like, ooh, somebody about to give it to me today. I ain't never did that.
In the back of your mind, a good fit. At some point, I might get a compliment, and I wouldn't be surprised by it.
Now, that to me is respect. All right, that to me is what's missing when you say camaraderie, respect, things like that. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's always been a healthy competition. Now, I will say I've never known such a large group of individuals in sneakers, and like any given Saturday, maybe two of us out of like 50 who get a pair. That's insane. All right. Now, our circles were way smaller back in the day, and we didn't have the reach that we do to people. But that's where I get bothered by it. And when it got to the point, and Mike, whether you agree or not, and like I've said this on this podcast numerous times, I don't care what nobody says, when you got the sneaker and someone else didn't, it felt good. You weren't happy they didn't get it, but you got yours. That's just the way it is, Mike. All right. To this day, it's still like that, but it's on such a grander scale. It's like, I mean, it's a thread of like 6 people and all none of us got it? Like not one? Like your odds we're reaching Powerball odds, like on sneakers now. Like, it's winning the mega or whatever them things are called. I don't know what them things, scratch'ems. Like, I don't know what them things are called. And that's where it's like, all right, this is where it makes me tired. Now, you have a little bit of more reach or touch in conversations with people that we don't. You know what I mean? Clearly, they're not stupid and they're fully aware. They know what's going on out here in these streets. Like, they know. They
do and they don't.
Do you think it can be improved without saying make more sneakers? Because I hate that response, people.
I think responsibility would make things a lot more
personal responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like your partnerships with your brands, and I mean your partnership from like Nike to their partnership stores and doors. Now, I don't count Nike's money, but I'm sure they've got a decent amount of it. They can definitely pay
yes, thank you.
Some of the things that go with their partners. Yeah, I mean, realistically, like everything is, you get a Nike account and you can sell online. Guess what? Nike gets to look at your back end of Shopify or whatever you use for your website. They know to a certain degree what's sold, how it's sold, where it's sold, what time you sold it, blah, 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 if you're not good at hiding those things. Now, if you're, I don't know, you have a couple of dollars, even if you want to run an algorithm and see who does the best where, what, when, and how, you can then push product to the correct areas via, I don't know, diversity or whatever Nike tries to sell itself as these days, whatever. you can pay a little bit more attention to where your product moves and where your product goes and make sure it goes to the right areas. I'm not going to say the right people. I'm saying the right areas. So, Jordan 1 does the best, but a store on, I don't know, Williamsburg, nobody gives a shit. Nobody's going to go there. But you know what's going to happen? 2 kids are going to find out, and then a Discord's going to get a heads up, and then there's going to be 700 kids waiting at a store that only has 16 pairs of an Air Jordan 1 because Nike knows that they don't do good business like that. They don't sell a lot of those shoes. So they send them 24 pairs. Now you got kids getting shot and stabbed outside of the store because they waited overnight because they did a first come, first serve because the store didn't know. This is an affiliate of Nike that they didn't pay attention to and they didn't give the right tools to know, hey, we know that there's going to be a crazy rush for those. We see that you're going to do a first come, first serve. Pull back on that. Why don't we help you mitigate some of that traffic this way? Maybe we give you more pairs down the line. They got to pay a little bit more attention to how they disperse their product and who they're dispersing through. I mean, I can go into the back end and the resale aspect of it too, not realizing that some of the stores they give 300 pairs to backdoor all of those pairs and the entire internet knows, but somehow Nike keeps giving them pairs and collaborations. Marcus Jordan, I'm sorry, fucking it's a little wild, like what's happening.
But how come? And I feel like I've talked about it numerous times. I hate saying that too, even though we have. How come? When people have these discussions and these talks about what brands and stores and all this stuff, how come nobody ever mentions just personal responsibility as yourself? Like,
you have to elaborate on that. Like me as the consumer, or them as the
me as the consumer. Like, I feel like the brand just knows it. I don't feel like the brand is doing something to me. Like, I feel like they know it, they're not going to improve it, but I can't control myself. I didn't need to try for all 157 Jordan 1s or whatever that came out this year. I know some of those suck. I didn't need to let me just see what happens with the purple 13s. I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to be like, Red Thunders, let me just go ahead and click it. Oh, shoot, I got it. Like, you know what I mean? It's stuff like that to where in my mind I'm like, and I've said this so many times, sneakerheads need to take more responsibility for sneakerheads. It's easy to blame everybody else, but it's like I sit there and see people post their Gottoms and like, yo, if anybody needs some retail, let me know. What did you try for? Like, what did you try for if you just got the Gotham and you already posted it on IG? Yo, anybody need this retail plus shipping? Why didn't you just leave it there? Like, leave it there. That's the problem to me. Is it's essentially us. It's us.
You know how many shoes I tried for last year on sneakers?
What?
4, and 2 were for 2 other people. 2 of them, and 1 I hit. It was Navy Sakai's for Kristen.
Now, you're different because I'm pretty confident you can make that decision based off of you might have an easier way to get what you want.
This is true, but that comes back to the relationships. I don't ask people for anything.
Oh, no. And see, that's the thing. Okay, this is a long time ago, all right? This is where when people who have an advantage over other people, other sneakerheads, I feel like, this is devil advocate, I don't know if you can complain about it then. Like, if I can go get whatever I want, what am I doing complaining? I need to just go sit down and go lace my pair up and try them on. I can't fight. I can't complain about something when mine is on lock. Like, all them cats, they be like, you know what? And you sort of touched on the same thing. I remember back when we first started the podcast, cats was getting all these sneakers. I mean, they was just getting their pairs. They had them on lock. And then I see them on social media like, bro, you just got to chit chat, bro. You got to politic. You got to go chop it up, bro. Don't tell me I got to go chop it up when your pair is already in the closet. Bro, if you put the footwork in, bro, you just sit around and you just try rapping.
Yeah, but where did they get it from?
Who cares? They already got theirs on lock. That's the thing.
I understand that, but if they got it from the same place they're telling you to go, it makes sense.
Irregardless, like, you can't provide me any advice if yours is on lock. You can't provide me
if I got
none.
it from XYZ store and I say, yo, you go to XYZ store and do the same thing I did, what do you know?
No. That's different. That is specific instructions. Hey, I got it from XYZ store. If you go ask for Joe and say, yo, that Reggie sent you at XYZ store, you got your pair. Now, if you tell me, bro, if you go to XYZ store and just hang out, you know, you just kick it and you just ask how their day is and you give them some lunch, and
what
stuff,
doing,
they
like
got you.
The story of Dion?
I'm saying, like, that's why in my point, and I said this when I came back, like, I can't complain about sneakers if I'm constantly trying to take pairs from people that I don't want. That's why I said I'm no longer trying for things I don't want, even though I've already done it. I got Red Thunders and was like, what am I doing? And I canceled it. Like, I need to take responsibility for myself. Now, I can't do this.
I forgot I got those.
Yeah, you bought them. And what you don't, you like, we'll see. You don't, it's just a we'll see. And you know what? You could probably just, let me keep that $200. Like, it's a personal responsibility.
Oh, no, I don't still own them, but I forgot I bought them.
I'm just saying, like, that's the point that I'm trying to make is that, like, I can't complain about the sneaker game when I keep adding to what the current sneaker game is. Huh?
I don't know if that's a viable statement.
What? Like, how could I? If I said, yo, I got my, what's the next Jordan one coming out? Marines, whatever they call. That marine blue one, if I said, yo, my pair is on lock, but then I get on this podcast and say, yo, y'all got to put the work in, B. Y'all better get them raffles in. You know, y'all complaining about not getting Jordan 1s. Yo, hit the streets, B.
Listen, you know how many shoes come out in the court. This is like the lightest week that you'll get in the entire year as far as shoes dropping, right?
Yeah.
There's 3 shoes in a weekend that you want to get. I don't care who you are. Every weekend, 3 shoes at whatever places that you shop at, asking for all 3 of those shoes is not going to fly. Well, this is going to make sense in a second. I personally won't go for a shoe if I don't want it. That's me personally. I make that conscious decision. Unless somebody's like, yo, Mike, could you help me get these? I'll be like, I bet. Let me see what I can do for you. I'll call a couple stores, see if they got them loose, see if whatever's going on. If that doesn't happen, I try for you online. That's how I move.
Personal responsibility.
I don't do that for everybody. But if you hit me and you're like, and we're good, I got you. Whatever I can do to extend that, I'll extend it to you. For myself personally, I won't ask a soul for anything, only because I'm a little prideful about it. Like, I put enough time in. If I hit you up, like, and I don't get the answer I want, I might come down there and fight you.
No, you can't do that.
And I just don't want to put myself in that position because 9 times out of 10, if I'm asking you for a favor, you know you owe it to me. And if I get that negative response, it's gonna make me more mad than anything else that could happen throughout the course of the day. So I pull back on that. So, like, when it comes to making that decision, I've already made that decision. If you need help, I'm going to try on sneakers. If I can't get on sneakers, I know any boutique that I call after the release is still going to have pairs left over. That's just how it works.
Yeah, now that's different. Now, if I did a favor for somebody else and then I come back around the sun and say, hey, you know, let me see what that PS5 looking like. You know what you got, and they be like, huh? Yeah, I will take my watch off. Like, I might take my watch off and have to fight. Like, that's a different type of thing. Now, we come across on this podcast, people message all the time. I don't take nothing serious. Like, yo, let me know if he needs. No, thank you, because I don't want to owe people that I don't know. One. Yep. I'm not owing any strangers. I'm not owing nobody nothing. And then also, like, obviously, you know, you've had numerous platforms and, you know, you still have your social media, your platform, and the things that you do. I don't like doing stuff that, like, it feels a little disingenuous. Like, you know, a lot of resale shops will be like, yo, fam, let me know if you need the Red Thunders. And I'm like, you know, I get it for retail. And I'm like, no, okay, man, I'll let you know. But I'm not going to do that because now they're going to, like, yo, can you promote the thing? Can you promote my show? You know, my store. And I'm like, fam, I don't know your store. Then, cause that's when cats start hitting me up. Yo, that store scammed me, B. They don't ship. I ain't got time for all that.
Yep.
But what you talked about with yourself is what I'm talking about. Personal responsibility. You're 1 of a trillion and, you know, I'm trying to be 2 of a trillion. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's us. Like, it's a us thing. Brands know it. But like I said, like, Nike and all of them don't gotta do much because they got the best cocaine in the streets. So, like, what do I gotta, like, why I gotta why I gotta tell LeBron, hey, LeBron, come to the studio. I need you to make a commercial for the LeBron. When's the last time LeBron made a sneaker commercial? Like, for a LeBron? What are we on, 18 now?
Space Jams.
Space Jam what?
He did something for the Space Jam, didn't he?
No.
I guess it was for the movie, and he was wearing them. So
He's wearing them in the movie, the trailer. But come on, them classic Nike commercials. I mean, LeBron was in some of them joints. Like, when's the last time you seen that? I'll see a Steph Curry Under Armour every once in a while. I saw a Trae Young Adidas one a little while ago. I saw like a weird Beyonce, what she sell? Ivy Park Adidas. It was a little odd. We've never seen a Yeezy sneaker commercial ever. Okay. I don't even think we've ever seen a Yeezy print ad ever. You don't have to. You know why? Because we know that cocaine is good already. We already hooked. I mean, come on. We already hooked.
Speaking of which, are those glasses going to come off at all, or?
Nah, not at all, fam. I feel like
I think the boom or boon or whatever word you want to use of social media makes it to where they don't have to advertise as much anymore.
100%.
But they still probably are spending advertising dollars on influencers instead of putting it on TV.
I mean, think about StockX. StockX is their biggest influencer going.
Right, but wait. So just to make this point, did y'all see the tweets about how much them boots selling for on eBay that Kanye been wearing everywhere?
Oh, I haven't seen the tweets yet.
Now, I don't know what retail price is on them, so it could just be someone retailing for retail price, but there was multiple screenshots in one tweet I saw, like $1,500.
Oh, they're probably more than that retail.
Well, what brand is? I don't even know.
What are they, Balenciaga?
Wait, they're Red Wing.
Wait. Those big giant ones are Red Wing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no way they're $1,500.
Oh, I thought they were Balenciagas.
They might be a couple hundred because they're probably like some kind of motorcycle work boot or something. But
I used to wear Red Wings for construction. They were $350 logging boots.
Okay.
Every 6 months. If those might be $500.
Okay. Yeah, so people selling them for $1,500 on eBay. So I mean, that just goes with the whole like social media thing. He doesn't need to do an ad. His ad is some wacko paparazzi flying him around, taking pictures and doing videos. Well, the thing, you know me, you know I'm not a Karen person, but the thing that bothered me most about Kanye is him and that girl up in the airport with no mask on, bro. Because you know if me and you go up in the airport, security be the first thing they'd be like, yo, put your mask on. I want to just slap Kanye.
I know you did not just say that.
You're not Kanye.
Whoa, you don't think that would happen?
Fam, that's like, that goes without saying stuff. Like,
yeah, okay.
I just can't believe you watched that and that's the first thing you thought.
Well, you know I don't care about thought stuff like that, so I was like, he in there yelling at people, spitting and whatever else, no mask in the airport, as serious as the airport takes it. Yeah. They would tell a normal person, like, put your mask on quick, with the quick, get out.
Let's talk about Kanye and his Jumpman tweet since we on him right now. Now, and I'm glad we got Mike on because Mike does have and has had a conversation with brands and companies and stores and things like that. You know, he's plugged in like that. Obviously, you know, everybody, you know, I guess you want to say that lit the internet on fire or whatever. Kanye tweeting out the Jordan Jumpman logo. Now, just to give a little background to it, from what I understand is that Jordan and the Sun and something are starting a separate brand. A separate brand that, you know, I don't know what Kanye is or isn't going to do with. I don't know, whatever. But it's supposedly outside of like the Nike scope or something like that. So which makes it, I guess, free game. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Now, here's the thing when I saw, and I'm going to give Mike's opinion on it. Look, everybody knows that, like, I'm not a cursor. Like, I don't be cursing and stuff like that, like, just free base. Like, I get drunk, I may let some stuff fly. It just ain't never been my personality to do a lot of cursing, ever since 6th grade, when I fought Melvin Hackett. Now, that's a true story, you know? I got into a fight with Melvin Hackett, and I was cursing like a madman. And I was more ashamed of how bad I was cursing than I was of fighting. I beat him up. Huh? But the cursing, I just couldn't sleep at night. I was laying in the bed. Thinking about my grandpa, like, dang, my grandpa gonna be heated. He found out I was talking like that. I have no idea. So I was like, yeah, cursing ain't for me. Now, let me tell you something. I don't know how long. I mean, Adidas has to feel like a little biatch. Like, I don't understand why Adidas is always the collateral damage in these random things that Kanye does.
Collateral damage how? They're still selling all the products.
Like, I mean, no. Like, yes, you're still making your money, but we're talking about probably the biggest influencer in the world right now. And he has 12 posts on Instagram, and one of them is a giant Jumpman logo. I mean, he does an interview.
Yeah, he's the Antonio Brown of music.
Yeah, but he does an interview with GQ.
Was Antonio Brown in that one video, by the way? Was it like with Mayweather and all them, or no?
An IG video or something. I don't know.
Yeah, was he there?
In there.
Oh, okay, all right.
But what I'm trying to say is that like Kanye does an interview with like GQ magazine, and he's talking about he co-signs Nike retroing Yeezy 2s. Then he's on Nick Cannon's podcast, and he's like, I feel like in my contract, I should be able to wear Jordans. He posted a picture of Road Warrior ISPAs and said, wow, Nike, great job.
Why are you going down the path of like Kanye's a wacko? We know he's a wacko.
No. I'm not concerned with him. I'm thinking of Adidas. Now, I'm not sitting here defending big brand because it's technically essentially two big brands. It's Kanye and him. Now, I'm all for.
They got into business with a wacko. What do you expect?
I'm all for a black man like Kanye just ripping all the money out of a company and free will and do whatever he feels like. I'm all for it. Now, I'm just speaking other side. If I'm Adidas, at one point do you say like, this is whack, huh? I know how much money they make. I know. I don't need another person to send me a message.
When the checks stop, that's when they say that.
I don't need another person to send me a message and say, Kanye keeps the lights on at Adidas. No, he doesn't. He makes a ton of money from, but Adidas has always been number 2 behind Nike and whatever else. We're not going to act like Adidas hasn't been a billion-dollar company forever.
Yes.
Like, stop being ridiculous. Now, didn't Kanye make him a $2 billion company? Sure. Whatever. But at some point, what do you say? Like, when you're the company.
When the check stop.
When you're the CEO and you're the company and you sitting here like, you just got to like smile and like, and you look on your biggest influencer's page and it's your biggest competitor logo all over social media. Kanye posted a picture wearing court purples.
The culture is different. It's a German company. I don't think they don't think like Americans do. I mean, I don't know.
Nah.
They made their bed. They signed up with a wacko. It is what it is.
Nah. I don't like it. No.
What do you got to explain what you're talking about.
Mike.
I hear you.
Okay.
What he's saying is, as Adidas is a company, how are they supposed to feel about the person that is, I guess, right now pushing them the most in a certain direction, being so open to their competitor? Now, I 100% hear you, and Adidas does not like it. I mean, per my understanding. And my understanding also goes somewhere along the lines of they're trying to get him to not be that person.
Of course. I would imagine. And Mike, do you know, like, do you know how hard that homework assignment has to be for whoever is responsible for that? Like, man, like you literally have, I would imagine a company CEO marketing everybody for any athlete, any influencer, any musician is under your brand. I would imagine your notifications for all their social media is on. Yeah. Imagine like you just posted, you're the CEO and you see your Kanye notification go off and it's the Jumpman logo and you at Adidas. Fam, at what point do you be like, you know what? Kanye, stop this, or this can't work no more. Like,
they might already be there, like with the dissolving of that. So, like, to my understanding, the conversation I had was, no company wants one person to claim responsibility for everything that's happening with the brand. Now, most people on the outskirts, just like you just said, see Adidas and think Yeezy is the best thing that ever happened to them. That is not the case. Soccer for them is through the roof. So, realistically, for people to have that conception isn't good for the brand itself. And it's been that way for quite some time. So they definitely don't want Kanye being the face of Adidas or people assuming that he's the face of Adidas. He does a lot of wild shit. That's neither here nor there. But the fact that he's carrying on with other brands should tell you as a consumer something is up.
Now, Mike, I asked George this question the other day. I said, when was the last time you seen Kanye in a pair of Yeezys? Like, really? He's walking around wearing Red Wing boots. Like, I don't understand.
Something is amiss. I've also heard rumors that he's talking with people at Nike prior to this. So, like.
Now, Are you as Adidas? I don't know how long this contract is. I don't know what this deal is. I know nothing about it. Do you just suck it up as Adidas? You just you just smile and
What else can you do? You're gonna grin and bear it until something else comes up.
They're gonna do the same thing Nike did. Nike is totally fine without Kanye.
Well, no, are they? See, like that's the point I'm trying to make. Like Nike has the guts to say, you know what, Bucko, you gotta go. All right. See, Kanye is not athlete. Kanye gets to live under the umbrella of rock star. I'm not gonna say hip hop artist, rock star. You know, the rock star is the guy who can it's not be in a video, you know, with Antonio Brown and doing weird stuff.
People misinterpret the Nike Adidas not relationship, but whatever the word that is similar to relationship in terms of like the size of the company. The difference between the two, even though Nike is clearly bigger, is not
exactly.
No, hold on. It's not like Google and the store down the street. Adidas is still a gigantic corporation that has trillions and billions of dollars.
100%.
They're going to be perfectly fine, just like Nike was.
Which what I'm trying to say is like, when do you get rid of him?
Right.
Okay.
No, well, so Mikey was already talking about it. So people don't like to talk about when they're where there's smoke there's fire. But clearly that whole thing that's what Mikey's saying is like. There's smoke in the background. It's pretty obvious what's happening. I mean, who knows if Adidas is the one that made the decision or not? But they're going to be just fine, just like Nike was. It doesn't matter.
100%. That's why I said I don't need the messages from people telling me that Kanye is keeping the lights on at Adidas. They're a $1 billion company before him and after him.
So the whole what Mikey was talking a second ago about. The brand not liking, their number one influencer doing XYZ. And I'm sure there is a section of the company that absolutely does not want that. Anyone who's in marketing, advertising, any of that kind of stuff. But like Mike said, like Adidas makes so much money in soccer, track and field, running. They make so much money in all that other stuff. The people that run those divisions don't care about Kanye, and those are the divisions that keeps the lights on for the company, not
100%,
Kanye.
100%.
So I mean, I just don't. You didn't hear like when he left Nike. Nike didn't make a statement. You know what I mean? Like no one from the corporate office is going to come out and say anything about it. It is what it is.
The speculation does better for them than them saying something about it. That's the beautiful part about the internet. The speculation into a meme that goes viral for the next 6 weeks does way more than them coming, oh, well, we decided to go part ways with, like, same thing with Sean Witherspoon. Like, they didn't come out and tell you that he told the wrong person and Nike to go fuck themselves, so they kicked him out of Nike, and that's why he's not there anymore. Like, they don't tell you those things. Like, we decided to go, and now he's at Adidas, and he does ASICs, but it's all the same thing. Like, they don't, it's better for them not to say anything and let it just flourish on its own. Whatever comes back, comes back.
Do you think Jerry Lorenzo, Fear of God Man, can have a similar impact? No. Obviously not to the same magnitude as Kanye on Adidas.
No.
Okay.
I think it's all about the bag at this point. Like, I mean, realistically, if you're trying to make a name and continue a meteoric rise, you don't leave Nike. I don't care what kind of designer you are. And I mean, going to Adidas with Kanye is cool, but like, I doubt they'll be working together. And like, the problem with Adidas, which you had kind of stepped on a little bit before, is that they're always in second place. They're always second. They're not like front running on anything realistically.
Right.
They picked up Yeezy after Yeezy had the best sneaker drop ever of all time, in my opinion. Yeezy 2 is probably one of my favorite shoes. But what did they do? They got him after and they made something else. And sure, it was cool. It was nice. It was great. Whatever. Sean Witherspoon Sean could have had a really prominent career, and I don't like him at all. I don't like his designs. I don't like him as a person. I don't care about round two. Fuck all that shit. What I'm saying is the next thing that happens is you got Jerry Lorenzo, who had mediocre at best drops. I don't think his shoes were anything over the top. Everything is kind of basic and bland, and now he's going to go to Adidas, and it's going to be even more basic and bland. They're never ahead of the curve when it comes to design and putting things out, in my opinion.
I will say that. I mean, we've talked about it here all the time. Like, that's the one thing that I feel like Adidas has always lacked is like understanding and staying way too long with a lot of the things that retros. I mean, a lot of the sneakers that you like, that I still consider the favorites and best part of Adidas are shell toes and forums. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, we're talking about like 70s, 60s, 50s. Like, we're talking about some really old sneakers. Like, those are still the best ones.
Say what? In the U.S. Like, the European market for Adidas is way different.
Oh, yeah. They wear, all the, what are them joints called? Gazelles and, all that type of stuff. So, it's, I saw like some of the Fear of God stuff or like that little ad or whatever he posted or whatever, the yellow. And it's just Fear of God with Adidas.
I don't look at it as Adidas's R&D is running behind and that's why they're number 2.
No.
They're number 2 because Nike just has the name.
Like, I'm confident Adidas knows that they'll never be number 1. I don't think they're even reaching for the number 1 spot. It's like, I get where we are and that's fine. Now, do I think New Balance or anybody else is going to can maintain something and shoot past them? I don't know. I'm not in all that. But Adidas is Adidas.
No, because those other companies
don't have a bigger field anywhere else.
Those other companies don't do anything. New Balance just recently, in the last 5 to 10 years, got into making soccer kits.
Basketball.
And yeah. I'm sure they made basketball before, but, obviously they're trying to do a lifestyle version of a basketball shoe and a tech basketball shoe and whatnot. But Adidas is just behind the 8 ball, for lack of a better term, because Nike has a swoosh and a goddess and they're cool and whatever.
Yeah, of course.
It has nothing to do with whether, Adidas could design the greatest runner of all time and people would still be like, it doesn't have a swoosh on it. But you put a swoosh on it, fire. It's just psychological.
That goes with everything. It's like...
2016, Ultra Boost was shitting on everything on the market. So, that's one way you can take that away real quick. It's honestly, I think after 2016 was I think a make or break year for that division. Adidas hit that Ultra Boost. I don't care what anybody is going to say right now. That shoe was untouchable. 16, untouchable. That was Rocher. That was
everything.
That was their way to take off, and they never did anything after that. Everything else was an iteration of that, and that made it fall off.
That's where, and that's what I said. That point in time, like you said, that 2016, 2015, whatever year that block of time was, we were going to sneaker shows looking for Ultra Boost. Imagine going to a sneaker con and, all these local sneaker events. Where's your Ultra Boost at? We were essentially, and that was a block when people were trying to really say stripes over swoosh and, all that type of stuff. Things like that were happening. What happened to me, in my opinion, what messed up Adidas when that block of time when they had here they come, was when they came out with the second version of the Ultra Boost, it looked like the first version. And then the third looked like the second. And it was dang, I thought you was about to really come up with something. Like I said before in the past, Boost is Adidas Air. You gotta treat Boost a certain way. I went in my closet and I grabbed about, 25, 30 pairs I'm gonna donate. And a lot of them are NMDs. And I was like, man, boy, this NMD model, this original OG one, has been around for a long time. And then I go on Adidas website and look at the NMDs. They're still the same model, and they may add a piece of plastic to the side or, throw a weird camo on it, throw a pull tab on it. And I'm like, they legit didn't do nothing. Look at Beyonce right now. Beyonce is arguably, you can top 10 women of all time besides, the women that we love. It's celebrity women. I don't think there's anybody who would say anything bad about Beyonce. I don't know. I don't know people personally. But I never viewed Beyonce as somebody that I was like, man, she just got style. Beyonce ain't I don't think she dresses dope. She ain't never dressed tight. I never heard my wife. I never heard other women, Beyonce. As a woman, whoo, she's the queen. But as a fashion icon, they get her, think of their lineup. You got Beyonce and Kanye on your lineup. And you give Beyonce monotone Ultra Boost? Huh? A monotone Ultra Boost, weird boots, weird clothing, chaps. tacky flight suits. Like you provide something that isn't appealing to the masses. Besides the fact that Beyonce wears this, I ain't never seen Beyonce wearing them flight suits and stuff like that.
Wearing those flight suits.
Say what?
I don't see anybody wearing those flight suits.
None. And all the, young ladies and women around the world who be going to brunch and all this type of stuff on rooftops. I ain't never seen them up there wearing no Ivy Park ever. I be looking at the pictures. I'm married. I don't go nowhere. I look at the pictures on social media. I ain't never seen no flight suit, eating no chicken and waffles nowhere. So I just don't understand the direction they can go in. And then they do stuff like Crow and Frost, like weird things like that. And I know nothing about him. Like he could be very big for all I know, but like there's a certain time to where you can't allow these things to happen just because. You can't make a horseshoe. Like you can't do that. To me, you can't. Because it's like, man, don't make yourself goofy. Like, you got to keep an eye on Kanye. You got goofy horseshoes on the market, and you got people running around wearing flight suits. Like, I don't understand.
Look at the Sean Witherspoon collaboration. That wasn't.
It's awful.
The only reason it got a little bit of buzz was because it was Sean, but the shoe was terrible. It had threads hanging off it. I'm going to step down and rip my whole shoe apart. What do you mean?
Now, see, the ones with the threads hanging off of it, I don't view those as bad because, like, realistically, you can cut the strings off.
I mean,
now the one that got the little backpack on the top of the shoe, I hate it, but I don't hate it. Like, I ain't mad at it. Like, I've seen some people really put some clothes together and make it look alright. But
Sakai Cortez.
Listen.
Say what?
Sakai Cortez. What do you think about those?
Them is fire.
That's my point right there. Let's forget all the shit you were just talking about of Sean Witherspoon with a backpack on the top. We just talked about 2 collaborations on 2 shoes. One had threads. You can cut those off. The other one, backpack. I didn't think it was that dope. Sakai Cortez. Fire.
But I like Sakai and I like Cortez's. I don't like any of those models that he had.
That's the point, though. The point is Adidas doesn't have models that people fuck
Oh, yeah. 100%.
That's just it. Like, they don't. And I mean, the people that do fuck with those models, the European market has a much stronger grasp on Adidas and what they like from Adidas. That's perfectly fine. The U.S. market, shell toes. Puma suede.
Yeah.
Not Puma suede. The basic joint.
From Puma?
Talking about the tennis player.
Rod Laver?
Not Laver, the other. Well, Laver's one of them, but the other one.
Stan Smith?
He knows what I'm
Stan Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Stan Smith.
I mean, I had my favorite Adidas of last year was Bape Superstars, and that's just a shell toe superstar with a Bape star on it. It's like,
yeah, but your thoughts. So.
Don't do that.
Well.
Not in front of Mike.
He can see that sweatshirt and beanie you wearing. What you talking about?
I listened to like 2 podcasts. And like you guys are the podcast that I listen to when I have time to listen to it. So I actually don't mind when you veer off of sneakers also. I meant to say that. I like when you veer off of sneakers because it makes the sneaker talk that much more important.
Mike, you know as well as anyone, when you sit in a studio and talk for 2 hours, it's impossible to sit there and talk about something that has leather, rubber, and cloth for 2 hours.
You wouldn't have a 2-hour show. You'd have a 45-minute show.
Yeah, you're right.
And this show would have ended about 165 episodes ago because I can't do it.
I mean, it's already been 1 hour and 35 minutes or thereabouts, and you wouldn't even guess that by sitting here. I feel like I only been here like 15 minutes.
That's because Mike is a pro, fam. Let me tell you something.
Okay, we're all pros.
Besides George, obviously me and George are family, besides George, if I had to do a podcast with anybody else, Mike would be tops on my list if I had a choice.
That's why I listen to you guys.
and you know what's funny is that like this is what.
Well, see, here's the thing that you need to do a show. This is what a lot of people don't realize because Skip Bayless is not on TV because he doesn't have opinions. That's what you need. You need people who are opinionated, have strong opinions, and are willing to say those things in order to have a good show. It may sound in the metaverse or whatever you want to use as counterintuitive or whatever because you don't want people angry with you. But if you don't have people who are upset, you don't have no buzz. See, I mean, that's
part of it. Opinions is part of it, but it's the thing of like understanding like like when somebody listens to us, this is one thing I always tell people, like when they listen to us, I want them to feel like they're the homies. Now sometimes it backfires because people get way too comfortable with me sometimes. And I'm like, hey champ, like relax. I ain't never met Mike a day in my life, and we did a 3-hour one, and we talked to each other like we've known each other since we was in high school. You know what I mean? Me and you talk crazy to each other all day. Work, text.
No, you're right. You're talking about personality, but I'm saying like in order, you could tell Mike, he's not afraid to say what his opinion is.
Of course. Now, but see, like you brought up Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless' opinions don't hold any value or hold any entertainment if Shannon Sharp isn't the exact same way and understands it. Like that's what the thing is. Like,
well, right. You need two people.
Like, you know what's funny is when I go home and edit the podcast, you know what cracks me up is like how we talk to each other. We call each other all kind of names. It does nothing to it. That'd be killing me. I was like, man, he just hit me he told me to shut up and call me a geek. It was hilarious. You know what I mean? But like, because I know it don't mean nothing. Like, you know what I mean? But like, that's the thing about it. Now, the other thing I did want to talk about is because earlier in the year or last year, Mike was doing a lot of posting about this and talking about, because New York City was was it the first with talking about firing doctors and nurses over the vaccine. Obviously, you know, we didn't get to it last week. We was going to talk about it, but like Nike, Carhartt, a few other companies that put out the exact same thing about firing unvaccinated people. Now, I don't know the climate in New York. I'm sure you can speak more into that.
Yeah.
So what took place with, and you know, obviously touch on the Nike thing as well.
Like my thoughts on it is, I think you have a choice. You should always have a choice. I understand a lot of temperaments and people, and I don't care about any of the politics at this point. I care about the people. And like, people need to work no matter how you look at it. Whether you work from home, whether you work in a place, to install a mandate for the vaccine to work there is kind of asinine, especially since you have athletes, you have stores and doors that you let people shop at without a vaccine. If you're going to do it across the board. If that's really how you feel about it, do it across the board from top to bottom. Do you only care about one store and not the other? You only care about corporate and not your doors? Like, I'm just confused. And at that point, like, you took the choice away. And a lot of people hit me up from Nike too. Like, people from Nike were like, well, they had time to get in their exemptions. They had time to get in their paperwork. And like, a lot of those people didn't get their paperwork in. And then the number came back and it was like 14,000 people that didn't get their paperwork back. I mean, that's a lot of people.
Right.
So, like, how many people do you have working at corporate that number isn't substantial enough for you to be like, well, maybe we shouldn't be doing this mandate? And it kind of like just put me down a path. And I was like, that's fucked up. Like, people need listen, I know the choice. A lot of people are like, oh, well, the choice is you can not do it and not have a job, or you can do it and have a job. And like, that's a real asinine way to look at it. Like, it's a weird way to look at it too, from my perspective. Like, I don't know. Well, I just made me feel a type of way.
So, you know what it is, and me and George have talked about it before, but like, here's my thing. Like, when it comes to like the medical field and stuff like that, you know, and I go back to like what you would call a hero, like, you know, regardless of like, you know, things that we see and know, like, there are actual real heroes out here. Regardless of like a lot of trash police officers and stuff like that, some of them are heroes. You know, firefighters, heroes, medical staff, heroes, you know, doctors, stuff like that.
Hero.
Huh?
Batman hero.
Batman hero. All right. Like, there's some heroes out here. So like, to me, the amount of like work and stuff that you like do in order to finally get into these fields, I feel that was unfair in that situation and try to put that mandate specifically on them. One, because I feel like if you want to do something like that, and let's go to Nike right now, if I'm already there and grandfathered in, like, I feel like that shouldn't apply to me. Now, if you want to say like, oh, from January 1, 2021 until forever, if you want to work at this company, you have to be cool. I understand that. If I've been in this hospital forever, and per my contract and understanding as a new employee, I got all the vaccines that were required for me to work here already, it shouldn't now be implemented that, oh, you got to get this one too or else type thing. Now, and that's just the problem that I have. Nike and everywhere else and other companies, look, you can do whatever you want. I'm not like really super duper tripping off of it. I just think like my understanding of it is just like, I don't understand is it more of like a social awareness, or is it more of like a logistics type thing?
I'm unclear on the entire situation, only because we're not getting all the information. That's how I feel about it. Like everywhere you go, you can get a different read on the climate and political and who's doing it for this and who's doing it for that. Like I don't know all of the answers, and if I don't know all the answers, like who does know all the answers? Like it doesn't feel like anybody right now is super clear on like what's happening. We're supposed to be going for a 4th booster in New York City in a couple weeks. I had a meeting this morning with somebody from like the council about an event, and like he was like, yeah, we're probably gonna be pushing for number 4. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy. And he's like, I don't even know like what we're supposed to do with this, because it's for something that's coming up, but like we have this now. Like it doesn't make any sense. And if it doesn't make sense there, like it definitely doesn't make sense here. So like I'm just as confused as you. So to implement it and force it on people, or to implement it to make sure you can keep your job, I should say, it just sounds like it's too early for that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just not enough. And like I've already heard again today, actually, about something in New York. They voted and they were like, oh, there are no mask mandates because it's illegal. Okay, cool, that's fine. But like, what else are they going to, like, it takes time to go through court for them to be like, oh, this paperwork is incorrect and this is incorrect. So yeah, no, you can't do that. But 6 months from now, like people have already been like thrown off their jobs. Then what do you do? How's
it been out there? Like, how strict or everything? Like, I haven't been up on it. Oh, okay.
I mean, nobody knows. That's the whole thing. Like, there's rules and guidelines, and then there's the news, and the news says this. But then when you read about it, like, most people didn't know that they removed the mask mandate from court. Like, the Supreme Court was like, no, you can't. It's illegal. So, like, kids were going to school without masks, and then people were like, oh, you have to have your mask on. Like nobody knows. So, like, how can you enforce, or how can you – they're just letting the people be the deciding factor out here. Like, you want to do it? You can't, but you will if you do.
I mean, in this country, that's just how it's been. I mean, I think, and we talked about this at the very beginning of the pandemic, people are going to do what they want to do. That's just the American way. You know what I mean? Like, we're culturally different than like South Korea or Sweden or I don't know what other countries you want to pick that just are, you know, like where people maybe already wear masks around during flu season as it was. Yeah, it's just culturally the United States is just different, man. And people are just going to have to accept the fact that the U.S. is just the U.S. Like, my thing in the whole deal, and I think people know who listen to this podcast, like, socially it's harder to get further left than I am in terms of being social. So, like, you know, I don't care what someone does in their own bedroom. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care if a woman needs to get a not a divorce. What's the word?
Lobotomy.
Roe versus Wade. Abortion. Like, stuff like that is not. Those are not political issues to me. You know, like certain people make the issues, but at the same time, all this political fighting and like fighting with. I'm not trying to be corny and be like my fellow American, but like all this fighting with people you have to live with is not worth it.
Oh, no.
Like. I don't understand, because you watch the news, TV, look at Twitter every single day, and you see tons of people talking about, oh, civil war is coming, or like, what are y'all talking about, man? We all have to live in the same land, bro. Like, you people need to relax.
What do you mean, you people?
All people.
Yo, listen. So, like, I look at it like this. Like, I have the same perspective. Like, I watch the news, I hear things, I watch videos, people send me shit, and then I go outside and I go to a store and I walk in and I say hello. I help somebody with the door. I push a cart.
Right.
I'll carry the bag. Like, that's how I
just a reasonable person
entertain people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go by what we're doing here. Like, if I walk out of my house and people are pointing guns at each other, oh, we're fucking civil war. I gotta go back inside. But if I walk outside and guys walk his dog and I wave and then I go to the store and I get food and that's how I weigh it. Like, all this shit that's happening on the news, like, I don't know where that's at. I have no idea where that is. There might be like a fight club somewhere that I don't know about. But like, for right now, when I walk out, there's no animosity. There's no rage. I've been in the city a few times. I haven't frequented as much. Like people are like, oh, there's a protest going on. I was like, where? I'm here. Where is it? I don't know what. Like that's how far off it is. Like that's why I stopped watching the news. I'm like, I can't deal with this.
Oh yeah, I don't watch it.
Where is this happening?
I read the news now. I don't watch.
Well, I mean, I think for the most part, people who have common sense can acknowledge that life is not Twitter. You know what I mean? Like the shit you see on Twitter, read on Twitter, is not real life. In terms of, like we've seen things. I saw something on there one time where someone was walking down a street in New York City, there was a comment on Twitter about like, it looks like a war zone out here. And then someone replied to the tweet and was like, I live at the building that you're talking about. There's literally nothing happening outside, right? You know what I mean? So, like, the majority of the shit that happens on social media is
manufactured.
To stir shit up, go viral, whatever else. Like, it all comes down to money. Like, I was texting with someone the other day, and it had nothing to do with politics whatsoever, but it's like, you want to find the real criminal, fam? Follow the money. Like, it's not that hard. You know what I mean? Like, that's the bottom line.
That's crazy. But, like, I mean, listen, grand larceny's up in New York. Like, that's statistically known. Like, that's all, like, standard stuff, though. That's nothing that's new. Like, oh, man, this is crazy that people are getting robbed. Yeah, no, that's like daily. People get robbed. They're just advertising or, like, letting people know a lot more now. But if you check the numbers from 3 years ago, they're about the same.
Oh, yeah. I'm a numbers person and stuff like that.
How do you feel about DJ Khaled, though? Because you left that part out of the Kanye conversation, and I'm ready for that. Like, how does DJ Khaled have to be involved in a Michael Jordan Kanye sneaker if there was one?
What
does he bring to the table?
So,
also, DJ Khaled. Also, he is not a style icon, nor do I like the way he dresses, nor do I care. So, like, why is this important at all? Also, why did Nike gift him a pair of Louis Vuitton sneakers? I'll never know.
So that goes back to what you say about, like, I could care less. Obviously I could care less about DJ Khaled, anything like that. I mean, he's an entertaining person on social media, I guess. I don't follow him, but he had that little block of time where he was doing some, amusing things.
Doing jet skiing? Yeah, cool.
My problem with the situation is that, like, I don't know if that's something that, like, I should even be worried about. Like, that's just rich people stuff. Like, I think I need to mind my own business, to tell you the truth, when it comes to that. So, Russ Bankston. Now, I don't know if you know him personally. I don't know if you have a relationship with him.
Yeah.
Okay. He tweeted out this long thing about the Louis Vuitton.
Oh. Benson. All right, sorry. God, yes, I do know him. God.
Oh. Uh-huh. He tweeted out the longest thing about those Air Force One Louis Vuittons. And I was just like, most of it was like, rich people stuff, poor people stuff. Like, I understand that. And then it just made me think, like, he started talking about, rich people buy stuff to make themselves feel good. And I was like, I think rich people buy a lot of expensive stuff because they're rich people. Like, I don't think it has to do nothing with feel good, because to me, I know a lot of hood cats. Like, I still know hood cats. They buy a lot of expensive Gucci stuff. That makes them feel good. I don't know if a rich person feels good if he can buy Louis Vuitton Air Force Ones. I think Louis Vuitton Air Force Ones is what a rich person is supposed to buy. I think I need to mind my own business. Like, I think that's where I come in and say, I think I need to stop paying attention to rich people business. And then I see other people that were retweeting it like, bro, if you can pay for stuff like that, if you're a rich person and you could do that, you should be able to pay for some poor people stuff. And I'm like, well, does that mean, like, pay for my stuff? Like, am I the poor person to the rich person? Because I'm not paying the real poor people stuff. Like, am I not doing my part? So honestly, when it comes to DJ Khaled and all these rich people getting rich people stuff, it ain't none of my business, to tell you the truth. He's a doofus. He's goofy.
You're wearing that sweater, so I think you're in a different tax bracket as it is.
This sweater's made by Vans. All right, relax. Everybody, relax. Well, it's Lux, though. It is nice, though. I'm not gonna lie.
What you're saying right now is because let me take two steps back. So DJ Khaled, I would assume he's not broke. He's got a couple dollars, right? I would assume.
Yes, him and Nike.
I just have a very, very simple question. There are plenty of people that purchase on a daily, weekly basis from Nike. There are plenty of people who buy from Louis Vuitton on a weekly, daily basis that are not rich. Plenty of those people. Just hear me out for a second. Why is it that you need to send DJ Khaled a pair of sneakers? Have you seen him wear shoes? I've seen him wear shoes. He demolishes them. That's first and foremost.
What does that got to do with anything?
Second, his appreciation for the actual product is maybe I don't know him well enough to say nah, but I'm assuming that there are plenty of people who would much rather take that pair of shoes and enjoy them, cherish them, put them on a shelf that Nike can reach out to because they see their purchase history. Maybe. I don't know what their purchase history is.
Mike, don't say that, Mike.
How much money have you spent at Nike?
Mike, don't say that. No, that's the problem, Mike. Mike, that's the problem. Shouldn't none of us be cherishing and putting sneakers on a shelf and looking at them? If DJ Khaled wants to do rich people stuff and beat up rich people stuff, he's supposed to. I'm sitting around with a pair of Bread Ones that I can't wear these. I'm just $185, $150. And I'm like, ooh, these are my Bread Ones. That's my tax bracket stuff. Now, a poor person looks at me and go, dang, you got Bread Ones, you tight. I look at DJ Khaled like, you're supposed to beat that stuff up. That's rich people stuff.
Do you think he paid for those shoes?
Of course not. But I'm saying
That's my problem. You buy whatever the fuck you want, but why is Nike sending him free shoes? That makes no sense to me. Go to the store. I want to see DJ Khaled walk, take his jet ski,
yes, jet ski,
out and go buy his goddamn
jet ski to Merce 21 Merce.
See, because
what does that serve? That serves no purpose to any. You know what that does to someone who spends their money at Nike 24/7 and can't get something on sneakers?
I don't think that sneaker was made for you though.
Well,
I don't know your tax bracket, but that sneaker isn't made for us. It's not. Because you just said you know tons of people that go and spend thousands of dollars at Louis Vuitton who aren't rich people.
So hold on.
They shouldn't be there.
Hold on a second. I think both of you are
in his tax bracket.
There's points that both of you made that are good, but here's my issue with what Greg was saying about like the shoe. Clearly, a LV shoe is not for me. And number one, Air Force Ones are trash, so I would never wear it. But if you're who knows if they sent it to him with the intention of wearing it like the first day he got it to kind of promo it or whatever. But obviously the pictures get on social media somehow. Nike or somebody is sending the pictures to somebody to go viral. My problem is like the people who see that, the people who make shit go viral are not the rich people. The people who make it go viral and then want it is everybody else.
Yes, but not in this case.
No, in every sneaker case.
No. Not in this case.
No.
Okay,
rich people not making the stuff pop.
I'm sorry. You're right after the initial.
In other words, what I'm saying is they're like teasing something that you can't have. That's my point.
Oh, no. I mean, that's just everything. Okay. I mean, there's websites. There's websites called like home house porn. And it's just the most beautiful homes on earth. And people just go in there and look at that stuff.
But they got like 5 followers. Nike has 5 billion. You know what I mean? Like the scale is different.
Okay.
The point I'm making, the scale is completely different.
Once DJ Khaled puts it out, he made it go viral. We put the work in, but DJ Khaled.
I mean, he made the pillow thing, but the pictures were already online before the pillow thing.
Oh no, he did a video of him opening the box slowly.
The box upside fucking down.
What the Mike? The stuff that you worry about is so tedious. I bet you have headaches all the time, though. Like I'm not even joking, though. You think about stuff
I don't do a podcast because it would consume me.
Well, I mean, that's
that I do.
You know, that's the reason. Like with 2021, I'm kind of really laid back with the podcast. I mean, this is 2 episodes in. I'm on
2021 anymore.
Whatever year this is, 2022. You know what I mean? Because it consumed a lot of me. But the thing is, like I said, when DJ Khaled got the sneakers, it was goofy seeing him with the pillow courtside at the Miami Heat game with his foot on the pillow.
Yeah,
goofy stuff. But you know what? Who isn't goofy? Like he's rich and goofy, which makes us go, huh? when we see poor people be goofy, we go, ooh, that's weird. You got big homeboy buff man dancing inside of In-N-Out. What the heck is he doing? Like, that makes us like want to cringe and hide under the table. Seeing a rich person sitting in like a $15,000 seat.
That man might be rich.
On a 15, man, please. That man pants so tight, he ain't rich. That man,
might be.
Man, please. All right, that man bit a piece of chicken in his soul. He couldn't contain himself. All right, look, DJ Khaled wearing however much Louis Vuitton sneakers cost, sitting at the Miami Heat game courtside, about a $15,000 seat, with his foot propped up on like an $8,000 pillow. That's what DJ Khaled and that's what rich people do. I shouldn't be following rich people stuff.
What do you think?
I've been telling you that for years.
Going to retail for?
Say what?
What do you think those Air Force Ones are going to retail for? We'll just throw a guesstimate out there.
Well, what was how much were the Jordan 1 was what, 2,000?
The Jordan what? The Dior was 2,000?
It was 7,500 or something like that. I forget what the price was.
Whoa.
No, the blog said they were $2,000 and $1,750 for the lows.
Yeah, Dior's?
Yeah. I would imagine these would probably
it's got to be the same price range.
900.
Wait, what'd you say?
900. How much you going to charge for an Air Force One? You're going to charge more?
Whoa. You think those are going to be $900?
$1,200 max.
Really? I'm thinking about 25.
What?
Fam, them joints are going to be through the roof. Now, first of all, aren't they like releasing auction-wise? Like, how are they releasing?
Sotheby's, so that was the other thing. Sotheby's has the classic colorway of the damier print Air Force One, Louis Vuitton, Virgil shit is going, the 200 pairs are going to Sotheby's. And then there's obviously like 4 or 5 different colors. I can't think of what the yellow, the blue, the red. Whatever the other colors are. But that classic damier print is going to Sotheby's for 200 pairs, which was another question I had, like, why?
Yeah, I don't understand that. That's whack. I'm assuming they come with like the special box and all that.
Suitcase? They might come with a suitcase. That pair. So,
so you know what? Let me go back. I was thinking with a suitcase, 2,500. Okay, but that's probably still low. I'm gonna go.
What's the most you've ever spent on a pair of shoes? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know, 900 maybe. And they weren't Louis Vuittons. So.
I got you beat by a little bit. All right, never mind.
Like, so I mean, like, aren't regular Louis Vuittons like 2,000? I ain't never bought a pair of Louis Vuittons. I don't know. I got Gucci's and stuff. Though. I don't be in Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton just always seemed way more expensive to me.
I mean, all the fashion houses sneakers are priced reasonably in like the same area. So Balenciagas are $900.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, wait, the Gucci and Louis Vuitton supposed to be on 2 different levels?
I don't know.
It's what I'm saying. Like they're all.
You would know better than me.
I'm in my tax bracket, B.
You just copied Gucci's the other day. What are you talking about?
That was a birthday gift. No. Look.
I'm trying to. I mean, I have a couple Louis Vuitton bags. Like, it's not like.
Must be nice.
Here we go.
Well, I got a few of these.
Yeah, but he said he made bags though, so it's different.
Yeah, but I do now because I can't afford Louis Vuitton. You know what I'm saying?
I have zero. There's zero luxury anything that I care about.
So you're just mad that he got them for free.
I'm curious. Like, brands are always asking what we can do to bring back that organic feeling to sneakers. That's a big question.
And it's not giving it to you and I.
I mean, that's never my solution.
Okay.
My solution is always finding ways to find the right people to give those products to. If you are going to use an influencer program or using some of your funds to help deliberate a better way to get sneakers to people.
If you want to use that with your Jordans and your Off-Whites and all these stuff, that's cool. You can't do that with the Louis Vuitton Air Force One. It can't go to regular people. I
mean, here, I'll give you another perfect example. Louis Vuitton Supreme. Though I frequented Louis Vuitton quite a bit, I don't even want to tell you what I bought and what I've spent in Louis Vuitton. My associate, cool as shit, perfect. I still talk to her today. Mad cool. Couldn't get me Louis Vuitton Supreme.
I mean...
And that's just another example of customer and client relations. They have a list of people, but I didn't spend $200,000, so I didn't make that bracket. You get what I'm saying?
So couldn't or wasn't going to for you?
Couldn't, because that wasn't her thing. if that makes sense. So, like, there were certain associates that dealt with different clientele, and that clientele was going to drop the 75 for the suitcase or whatever it was and buy 17 other things. So she was like, listen, I can put you on a short list of, like, whatever, like, the stuff that you're trying to get is, but it's no guarantee. And I was like, well, I don't chase shit like that. Like, if it happens and I like ask and okay, cool, then I'll come and buy it. But, like, I'm not gonna be like, hey, so did it come? Are we gonna? Or like, I paid resale for a couple of items. Like, it is what it is. Like, shit happens. But at the end of the day, like, that is the relationship that's lacking with brands and their clients.
Yeah, but the relationship that you're talking about, they need to recreate. It wouldn't be a relationship because we're essentially nobodies. Huh? Like, that's what we just talked about social media being a thing. If they would have said, here you go, Greg, here's a Supreme t-shirt, and I posted, it wouldn't have did nothing.
But you're talking about a t-shirt. If you would have posted,
they would have thought it was fake.
Nike that said Louis Vuitton, Virgil, Air Force One, you would have went just as viral as this guy who dances.
No, that's debatable. They would have thought mine were fake. They would have thought mine were fake. Come on, Mike. They would have thought mine were fake.
Were to get a box from Nike.
That's different.
And open it up with
the
Louis Vuitton tag and shout out Nike. They're not going to think your shit is fake.
No. If somebody walks into my house just like they walked into KHALED's house and did all that video.
Wasn't set up. Come on.
Of course it was set up. But I'm saying, like, with me, there's value in that versus me. Now, DJ Khaled doesn't do anything for us as a regular consumer to go like, boy, DJ Khaled got it. I can too. If I see DJ Khaled with it, that means I ain't paying for it. I'm just not. You know what I mean? Or it's going to be way too hard for me to get it. So it's like, it doesn't really matter. It's irrelevant. Huh?
Okay. How about this? They don't use DJ Khaled. They use literally anyone else other than DJ Khaled to get a free pair of shoes. I would have taken Mayer. Why not send it to Mayer? Mayer is an Air Force One fanatic. Why didn't Mayer get the pair? And he put up the video.
Mayer is not as important as DJ Khaled. Huh?
But you're missing the point. The point is, like, he is, even though he does whatever he does, he's more of a sneaker person than DJ Khaled in the realm of sneaker stuff. He's been doing it longer. He's been chasing them longer, locked up, trying to get shoes. Like, we all know the story. Whatever, who cares? But give me that guy. Don't give me this guy. I don't.
That's different because we know Mayer. Like, we know of him. Like, it's still, and I consider Mayer. I mean, Mayer drives around in Rolls Royces and stuff too. Like,
that's fine.
Who are we talking? Like, we're not talking about like we're not talking about DJ Khaled and I don't know, your local hip hop star. We're talking about Mayer. Mayer drives around in Rolls Royce and Bentleys and stuff too. Like, he ain't his tax bracket is pretty up there as well.
I'm not worried about the tax bracket is something you're focused on. I'm not worried about the tax bracket.
That's the point.
I'm worried about the person that they're using for this promotion.
That doesn't matter, though. Person doesn't matter.
It should matter.
Not for a Louis Vuitton Air Force One. It should. Now, giving Mayer Jordan 13s for free, that's stupid. Okay? You can give those out to any of us. Now, giving Mayer Louis Vuitton Air Force Ones for free, rich people stuff that I got no business paying no attention to. That just is what it is, huh? Like, I can't look at tunnel fits, NBA tunnel fits, and be like, ooh, like, I ain't got no business looking at tunnel fits except to make fun of them or say fire, you know? And I'm not going to sit there and act like I can't cop some of this stuff, but, like, some of that. Yeah, I mean, I can, but, like, you know, some of it I probably shouldn't be because of where I am. Like, you know what I mean? Well, I don't know. Well, you know. Yeah, that's neither here nor there.
If you like, the thing is,
you different now. You Perry man, so
look,
Lee Perry yon.
I've done some travels.
What kind of glasses are those?
Huh?
What kind of glasses are those?
Circular, just some old brand on Instagram I saw. I gave them my $43 and said, okay. And they said, here you go, sir.
Very high end is all I'm saying.
Yeah, they're pretty good, you know. I do want billionaire Louis Vuitton ones, but they got to give them to me for free. So I will be getting billionaires. Huh?
They might now.
I will be getting billionaires. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, you know what I mean? Them is fire. I've never lost a pair of sunglasses in my entire life. So I deserve, like, $1,000, $1,500 pair of sunglasses. So.
That's a pretty good accomplishment. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I've never lost a pair in my entire life. Never broke a pair. I have all of them. Every single last one of them. Facts. Anyways, all right, Mike. Anything else, man?
I feel like I was pretty calm. I didn't lose it too much.
I thought it was pretty good. That's a good conversation.
I was expecting to lose like my temper a few times. That was good.
I'm glad we didn't lose our temper because,
I think it was glasses. The glasses really kept me calm.
You know what? I'm wearing them because it keeps me calm. I'm like the little boy in Big Daddy when he had to testify and Adam Sandler put the glasses on him.
Oh, you wipe your own ass. That's good.
I feel good about these. These make me feel more relaxed, so I don't lose my mind in here. But I appreciate you always coming on, man. Like, you always welcome, man. When I get to New York,
donuts, what you need to do.
I have a planned thing that I keep trying to implement is go on the East Coast and hit up cats and do podcasts and post up for a minute. I got to do that, man.
I mean, I got the house. I mean, you can't stay here, but I mean, check it out. Shoot the podcast here, you know what I'm saying?
We're going to have to do that. All right, Mike, man. I appreciate you, man.
I'm playing with you. I can't house everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I appreciate that, though. I'm going to make my way out there.
Anytime. Right. I'll set the, what was it, itinerary? Is that what it's called? Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. That sounds like another rich person word to me.
Oh, here we go. All right.
All right, Mike.
Flower seed. Thanks for having me. Have fun. Enjoy always.
All right, take it easy, Mike.
Peace.
Maybe like a weird goodbye. All right, fine.
Picks and stuff so we can get out of here. George, I got some questions for you, fam.
All right.
If Burrow goes through Kansas City and gets to the Super Bowl, what will the narrative be on Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, fam?
Wait, what?
If Burrow can go through Kansas City to get to the Super Bowl, what will we be saying about Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson? They might. Now, Allen...
Why are you putting them together?
Because they're all like the same to me. They all like the young gun, coolest cats on the block. And the two...
Damn, Josh Allen just had one of the greatest performances of
Josh
all
Allen
time.
might be exempted right now from that. But, like, I'm watching these cats out here, and they're making me like, well, Lamar Jackson might be whack. He ain't getting there, B. If Burrow gets to the Super Bowl, he's going to shake up the entire NFL.
You said Lamar Jackson was whack before. You don't need headphones, fam.
I know.
You said Lamar Jackson was whack before Burrow won. So.
Whack isn't as strong.
I mean, that's what you said.
Will it make you think any different with regards to any of them? No, at all.
No, absolutely not. Lamar Jackson won an MVP. Josh Allen just played one of the greatest games of all time, and Justin Herbert just needs better teammates. I mean, and a better coach. I mean, that's why the Raiders have to hit a home run with the GM hire, and then the GM got to hit a home run with the coach hire because they're in the division with Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert for the next 15 years. I mean...
And possibly Aaron Rodgers if he comes over. Possibly.
Aaron Rodgers is a wacko. I'm tired of him.
I'm going to ask you about him. Titans, do they got to get rid of Tannehill?
Nah.
What? This is what, 4 or 5 years now? He got to go.
I don't think he's the problem, though.
Yeah, he is. He's 100%.
No one expected him to be that good to begin with in Tennessee. Fam.
Not that good, but it ain't like their division is strong.
In Miami. Like, I mean, whack.
Oh, yeah. Didn't expect him to be that good. Yeah. The Titans a little bit different.
Him, the player.
I think he has to go 1B2 because he's the weakest point on the entire team. You can make the argument for the defense, but if you look at the games they played this year, they held a lot of teams to, I think maybe six games this year, they held people to like 3 points. On defense, Now, the games that some of the ones they won, some of the ones they lost, they gave up like 30.
The 49ers have made a Super Bowl and are back in a championship game with Jimmy Garoppolo. OG Man in Tennessee is not the problem.
What's the problem then?
Sometimes you just lose. Like, what do you mean?
No, I'm talking about 4 or 5 years now.
It doesn't matter. You go like 11-5, 12-4 every year, and you just happen to lose in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
It's not like the expectations of the Titans franchise is to win Super Bowls.
No. If you keep being number one in your division, it's time to get to the Super Bowl. This isn't like this Titan team. This Titan team isn't like the first like really good Titan team in the last 3-4 years.
I understand that. It's hard to win in the playoffs. Sometimes you just don't get there.
So then does Vrabel get fired?
No.
Fam.
He goes 12-4 every year.
Fam, what? You guys will say fire somebody over certain things. Quarterbacks got to go over certain things.
No, we said he should have never got the job.
5 times. I think maybe the 4th or 5th year this team has been like really good.
You play good teams in the playoffs. What do you want? I don't understand what you want. Sometimes you just lose. They play Patrick Mahomes. Like, who is the Titans going to get to play quarterback? Who's going to beat Patrick Mahomes and Burrow and Herbert and you know what I mean? Like,
okay, so then let's go to Aaron Rodgers then. We'll jump the gun before my other question. If that's just the case,
well, that team should have been blown up a long time ago, or they should have had different ownership to make better draft picks.
Blown up? You're talking about another 13 and whatever team, 12 and whatever
first
team,
year,
11 and whatever team.
The first year he was with what's his name, Nick Fleury.
Yeah, they were
whack. They hated each other.
They made the playoffs, though.
They made the playoffs. They may have
game.
made the playoffs, but
they went to the championship game.
No, the team was.
They went to the AFC Championship 3 years in a row. What are you talking about?
Okay, it was not the AFC Championship.
I mean, NFC Championship 3 years in a row, 4 years in a row, I think.
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, they did.
Tom Brady was in there last year.
That was the game. He played against Rodgers and beat him. What are you talking about?
Okay. Yeah. What about the year before that?
Year before that was Packers and who was the Super Bowl? Rams?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Rams. I don't remember. But they were there like 3-4 years in a row. It's a fact.
The front office of that team should have done a better job drafting players for him.
That team isn't bad.
They have 0 offensive weapons outside of Devontae Adams. That's why they lost, because the Niners doubled Adams, and then he had nowhere to go with the football.
He had Lazard. He had their tight ends. He has places to go.
No, he didn't. Read the analysis of the game like I did after the game. Once they doubled Adams, he had nowhere to go. They scored 10 points. The 49ers are a good team. The 49ers shouldn't be holding teams to 10 points. No defense should. This ain't the 85 Bears.
But this isn't the first time somebody's made that decision on Adams. There's still good team to double Adams.
No, the whole point is they should have drafted other pieces for the team instead of picking a backup quarterback in the first round and defensive players for like 8 years in a row.
Nothing that the 49ers did hasn't been done or tried in the regular season, and the Packers still would win. Like, it wasn't like they pulled out a secret weapon. Doubling Devontae Adams isn't a secret weapon, and the Packers would still go out there and slap people around.
Seems to be a secret weapon.
The secret weapon is let Aaron Rodgers be in the playoffs. That's the secret weapon. Like, I want to play the Packers. Like, now, do you get rid of Aaron Rodgers? I'm asking Packers, not Aaron Rodgers leave. Do the Packers
they have to do something. They picked a quarterback in the first round, so they either wasted a pick or they got to trade one or the other of them. He's now sat on the bench for 2 years now.
What does Aaron Rodgers do?
What do you mean, what does he do? He plays quarterback in the National Football League.
Leave, go, trade, what does he do?
Really if I was him, I would leave, but I wouldn't go to, like, Denver. You want to find a team that's, like, going to win. Like, if he could go to Tennessee and be like, all right, you get rid of him and I'll come to Tennessee.
I haven't heard nobody saying Tennessee for Aaron Rodgers. I haven't.
Or Miami, to be honest. I think Miami's good.
No.
Miami's the worst franchise in the history of sports because they fired somebody to just turn around and hire one of the wackest coaches ever.
Now, if they would maybe have the same coach?
No, but if he says, I'm going to go there, then he has a say on who they hire. I mean, that's just how it works.
I'm pretty confident that if they went to Tennessee, they win the Super Bowl.
Then you obviously don't think Rodgers is the problem in Green Bay. Like, what I said.
Rodgers is the problem. I just think the Titans have literally every tool that you need except a quarterback. Like, I don't know.
Sometimes you just get unlucky, man. Like, again, in the AFC, you're playing against Patrick Mahomes every year. Like, that's Tannehill's entire run with that team has been Patrick Mahomes is also in the AFC.
Yeah, but they played the Chiefs really tough in those playoff games as well. They didn't just lay down and die with those teams. They played them really
fine.
Good.
The point is, sometimes you lose. I mean, that's the point. You play Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen just played the greatest game maybe in quarterback history, and he lost.
The greatest football game I've ever watched with both quarterbacks.
It was the first game in the NFL history. They said both quarterbacks have had over 60 yards rushing and 350 yards passing or something like that. First game in NFL history or playoff history.
You want to know what's the worst part about these
Josh
playoffs?
Allen's QBR was higher than Mahomes' QBR in the game, and he lost. Sometimes you just lose.
The worst part of these playoffs is seeing stuff that like your team has the tools to do. I'm like watching this like, boy, look at that, throwing the ball to the tight end. That'd be crazy if the Cowboys did that. Like, there are things that like, I'm talking about the Cowboys, Raiders, I don't know. The Cowboys have all the tools across the board for stuff. They just have no idea what to do at all. That's another reason. When I watched Allen and when I watched things that like Rodgers didn't do and stuff like that, I don't care how old you are as a quarterback. Understanding that like, boy, I need 4 yards right now. Rodgers can go get a 4 yards. Like, he can go get 4 yards if he wanted to. Seeing Dak climb the pocket a lot of times and having no idea what he's doing and then just get tackled or just baffled or terrified is asinine.
He's not the problem either.
Who, Dak? He's not the problem. Well, hold on. I would have said that, and I'm not going to call him a problem. I would have said that if I didn't see what quarterbacks can do. Like, I haven't seen...
Not everyone is Patrick Mahomes.
No, or Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or Burrow.
Two guys. All right.
Or Stafford.
Stop. Burrow is not there yet.
Whoa. It isn't about... It's understanding the situations in the game. Like, you know what? We call this play, but I got to get these 3 yards real quick. He's going to go for it, get them 3 yards real quick and go sit down. It ain't just oops, I'm hanging around back here. Dak and Russell...
There's so much more intricacies of the game that we don't know 100%. What's being called and everything.
But you know what?
Who knows?
In that Chiefs Buffalo game, the intricacies went out the window sometimes. It was like, I got to get this first down. I said this. I said, "Whoa, Allen used to run it."
Except Buffalo calls plays. They call quarterback sweep as like 100% a play.
Dak and all them should be doing the same thing. I think Carr for the Raiders could probably run a little bit more too. I honestly do. Like, I'm seeing things where I'm like, why can't teams? I hope other teams I hope the Cowboys are watching this. Like, I hope they're watching this game. I hope they're not out fishing or doing something stupid. I hope they're sitting on the couch watching this game like, boy, like, look at the command of the field. Look at this. I know it's 3rd and 3. I got to go get this 3. I ain't going to try to pass it to whomever. I got to go get 3. I have never seen and have been so excited. I have before. But that game was thrilling, okay?
Josh Allen is
thrilling.
Different. He's 6'7" and fast. I mean, not everyone is that.
He's fast, but like...
He's 6'7", like 230 and fast. I mean, like, what do you want?
Dak is...
Not everyone is that big.
2 something?
I doubt he's that big.
About 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". He one of those. Yep. He up there.
6'2", 6'7", same thing.
Sean McVay have a problem with his job if he loses to the Niners?
I think it's the weirdest story in football in a long time that just up out of nowhere when you have a winning franchise, you retire. It's Nick Saban is older than he is. Bill Belichick is older.
What you talking about?
Sean McVay, you said. Oh, I'm thinking of Sean Payton. Sorry.
Oh.
Not Sean McVay, Sean Payton. Anyways. Sean McVay, what was the question again?
His job in trouble if they lose to the Niners? Never beat the Niners. Okay.
No, they're in the NFC Championship game.
Okay. Just checking.
Now, that doesn't mean he makes good decisions as a head coach. He still punts when he shouldn't punt and kicks field goals when he shouldn't kick field goals and stuff like that. But that's part of the learning process.
They should have beat the Buccaneers by 65.
Well, clearly. They were up 27-3 or whatever.
Right. If they would have lost that game, I would have strongly
but he
considered
can't. There's nothing he can do about his running back fumbling on the 1 yard line when his helmet's about to do bop on the 1 yard line.
Fam, they got like Beckham and them who have been doing phenomenal in the red zone. Not even one attempt at any of them in the red zone. This is just like playing it safe. Get the ball in the
but they were also trying to run the half out too. I mean,
let's stop. I'm sick of that stuff. I'm sick of like go score. I don't care, man. Go score 100 on them at halftime. I don't care. Yeah. You gotta score. You gotta score.
They should have kept trying to score at the end instead of being conservative. But everyone's saying that. That's not like nothing new. Coaches coach to save their jobs sometimes as opposed to win. I mean, that's just a thing in the NFL. That's been a thing for decades.
All right, George. Who gets to the Super Bowl, fam? What's the first game?
The first game was Chiefs-Bengals.
Bengals at Chiefs, to be exact.
Yeah, Chiefs favored by 7.
Who wins?
Chiefs win.
Now, keep in mind, it was at home, but the Bengals gave the Chiefs will run for their money at the end of the season.
The Chiefs have been really good for the last 10, 12 weeks of the season. I mean, they were 3-4, and they're now, if you count the playoff win, they're 13-5. So they're 12-1 over the last 13 weeks. I mean, I'm just not going to pick against them.
Regardless of how good that game was, both teams still gave up about what?
14-5. They beat the Steelers too. I forgot about
whatever the score was. Buffalo Bills and Chiefs. They both still gave up a grip of points. I mean, Kansas City.
Joe Burrow can't run like
Kansas City
DBs
might be the worst DBs in the playoffs right now.
Nah.
They're goofy, though. And Buffalo Bills having the number one offense statistically across the board.
What was goofy is
just
I'm sure Gabriel Davis is a very good route runner, but what's goofy is people just falling over on their own. Like,
bruh, he was actually out there doing crossovers.
Every time he threw the ball to Gabriel Davis, he was wide open.
On the sideline.
It didn't matter what the end zone coverage was.
It didn't matter what the route was. It didn't curl route. It didn't matter what it was. He was wide open. And I was like, this cat has 4 touchdowns and they about to lose. 4 touchdowns and a lose. And they converted how many 2-point conversions? 1, 2, whatever it was? Come on, man. That game was insane. One of the greatest football games I've ever seen. Who you say, Chiefs?
Chiefs win. I mean, they're like I said, they're like 14-1 in the last 15 weeks. They started 3-4, so let's see. So
I'm gonna go Bengals. Not even to be contrary, I think the Bengals has the tools. I think Buffalo was the only team that I thought could beat the Chiefs. But I think if the Bengals really figure something out, I think they could beat Kansas City. I think they could.
Sorry, they're 11-1 in their last 12 games.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
Yeah, they're 11-1. I mean, and they're playing at home. Chiefs win. Joe Burrow is going to be very good. He's not Josh Allen in terms of physical talent.
No way.
But he's probably a better thrower of the football in terms of accuracy, throwing on time, throwing with anticipation. A
lot of those passes Josh Allen was throwing would be considered awful passes if they didn't complete. Some of them passes.
It helps when Gabriel Davis
some of them passes,
wide open with no one in within
Allen
10
was
yards.
running and falling at the same time and threw a missile. I was texting.
Oh no! There's no challenging his arm strength. That might be number one in the league.
I was texting some homies and I was like, that pass was crazy, and it was just a regular straight pass, but it was crazy. Like that joint came out like a missile, and I was like, well, that probably would have been all over the place if it was a regular season game. I got Bengals. Who wins? What's the next game? Packers who?
49ers at Rams.
Oh, Packers didn't make it?
Packers. 49ers Rams. Super Bowl is going to be Rams Chiefs. The battle of Missouri.
I just have a really hard time thinking that we'll have 2 teams play home field advantage at the Super Bowl. That was the first time ever last year. We might have it again this year. First time ever. I just can't see it. And they has never beat the Niners.
If the 49ers went out there and beat them 31-10, I would not be surprised. But there's something special about Matthew Stafford right now. I'm just going to go with the Matthew Stafford aura right now. That's my pick.
I'm going to pick the Rams, even though they just lost to the Niners and they were up by 20-something to 3 and then still lost, whatever it was. So, it's not shocking. I'm going to go Rams. Rams-Bengals, to me, would be a great Super Bowl. It really would. I think the Chiefs would blow the Rams.
I don't want to see Niners are the only team I don't want to see in there, and that's just because the quarterback's not good. All the other 3 teams have really good quarterbacks.
That's a good point. I also don't want Jimmy.
I said the other day, I like Debo might be my new favorite player, and it would be fire watching. Yeah, I can.
You're too old for that, though.
We're
not allowed to have favorite players.
Yeah,
your favorite player is Joe Montana, Michael Jordan.
No, Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson. Them your favorite players.
Debo,
we're too old.
Debo is the new Bo Jackson.
Debo is, thank God the Niners have somebody that when I want to watch the Niners, when the Niners are on, I have somebody to watch.
Yeah, he's the new Bo Jackson. He's going to go play baseball
Okay, I need you to definitely relax. Relax. I guarantee Debo next year, whack.
Debo about to go out there, play center, then about to go play for the U.S. national team against Canada next week.
Yes,
watch.
And try out for the NBA. Fam. I just can't.
He might do the long jump.
I don't know, man.
What's the Olympics winner? He might do that ski where you ski jump. He might do that.
Yes. I can't. I need this hurry because the Super Bowl is not till the 13th. We got a long time for the Super Bowl. So, I don't know. I got Bengals.
I mean, what does that mean? One bye week?
Bengals,
It
Rams.
can't be more than one.
You going to the Pro Bowl in Vegas?
Man.
It's in your stadium. I got Bengals, Rams, and you got Bengals.
Nope.
Oh, sorry, Chiefs,
Rams.
Chiefs, Rams.
Yep.
All right.
And I'm picking Matthew Stafford to win his first championship right off into the sun and get immediately inducted into the Hall of Fame.
He's already immediately inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Immediately, like the next day.
Okay.
He's the first player ever to get inducted
You
the day after.
think the Rams beat Mahomes then?
Yeah. Just because I want to see Matthew Stafford win a Super Bowl.
No, I know what you want.
Yeah.
I said you think they beat the Chiefs?
I'm going with what I want.
All right, we'll
What'd
see.
you say earlier on the podcast? You gonna start doing what you want to do? Yeah, I'm gonna start saying what I want to say.
Good, you should.
Rams wins
Cowboys Super Bowl next year. Like,
oh no, I'm not talking about that. You said
Cowboys
earlier
Raiders.
on the show.
Cowboys Raiders. As far as I'm concerned,
Raiders is 100% dependent upon do they hire a competent human being to be the GM or do they hire Mickey Mouse. If they hire Mickey Mouse, it's over. Huh?
Raiders Jets.
They about to interview Todd Bowles. Really?
Whoa. See, you can earn another opportunity. Like, you don't like... Yeah, you can. He had one? He had one opportunity.
I don't know if he had one or two. He might have had two, but it doesn't matter. Look at the teams that are in the championship games. They're all offensive coaches.
Okay.
Every single one of them is an offensive
opportunity.
coach.
So,
Damn, every single coach in the Final Four is an offensive head coach.
Okay, that's fine. But you can earn opportunity again. You can't just be done.
No, you can tell whether someone's capable of being a head coach or not.
Whoa, let's give them 2 shots.
No, not on my team. You want to give them a shot on your team? You have at it. Miami Dolphins.
I'll take anybody.
Miami Dolphins fired one of the top 5 coaches in the NFL to go hire a retread. Are you kidding me?
Cowboys are going to hire Sean Payton. They
might hire him as like a consultant.
No. He's going to retire, maybe sit out this year, and then
fire him. You didn't say sit out a year.
Or fire McCarthy, and then they just say, I don't retire no more. Okay, we'll see.
That would be more shocking than Brian Flores getting fired, and the only reason I say that, it would, but the only reason I say that is because they went 12-4 or 11-5 or whatever. Would they go 12-5? That's why it would be shocking.
As far as I'm concerned, the Cowboys lost every game this season. You got anything else? Let's go home, though. That's the sneaker diss.